during the coronavirus. For the next minute, let's take a minute to relieve stress together. We'll do the 4-7-8 breathing exercise. First, sit with your back straight. Second, place your tongue against the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth. Now, exhale through your mouth and around your tongue. If this seems awkward, shape your lips like you're whistling. Close your mouth and inhale through your nose for the count of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath for the count of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And exhale completely through your mouth. Make a whoosh sound and count to 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do this cycle 3 more times. Learn more at healvets.org. This message is furnished by Help Heal Veterans.
Welcome to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Zane on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. It's time to get your day started. Live from the Family Leisure Studios, here are Pete and Zane.
Welcome in, everybody. Peter Edmiston here.
What it do?
I was a little concerned.
I feel like just leaving you out to dry a little bit.
Oh, well, that's not very nice. But that's fine. That's Anthony Zane, not very nice, joining us this morning. And, of course, Zachary Boyd on it today, ready to rock, producing the program in the Family Leisure Studio. Zach, good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. That's good. That's good. That's what it's all about. Anthony Zane, how are you?
Man, good, bro.
Man, come on.
A little tired of
what are we talking about here? What are we talking about?
Hey, times are changing, bro. I can get through.
Hey. Come on.
We got any news to announce today?
What kind of news are we talking about?
No, I'm really just messing around.
I was like,
times are changing. That's all I'm gonna say.
Do we?
Yeah.
do we? Yeah. No, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna be talking about anything just yet.
I'm talking about personal news. I ain't talking about sports news.
No, I know. I don't think we're talking about that yet.
Yeah, I know. I can allude to it. That's what I do. I'm an alluder.
Well, that is very true. You are a serial alluder. Nobody in the world likes to allude to things more than you do. I've noticed that. That's one thing I've noticed for sure. You allude to things all the time. It's a good way to go. Actually, for everybody out there, that's a great way to go. Because you allude to something. If it's not right, if it doesn't end up happening, then you could just sort of be like,
you just skate around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't owe y'all nothing.
But if it does happen, you're like, look, I was looking exactly. I was talking about it.
This is what I was talking
about. So see, that works.
I don't owe y'all nothing, man.
That works out. That works out just right. Good work, Anthony Zane, ladies and gentlemen. He's on top of it, folks. That's what he does. That's why he's Anthony Zane, and you're not.
Mm-hmm.
And you probably never will be. To be quite honest with you, none of you. Ain't none of you know nothing about nothing. And never forget that either. All right, so today on the show, obviously we have a lot to talk about, tons of football, lots. NFL talk. COVID is kind of working its way into the mix in the NFL. We'll talk about that. College football, plenty of college football to discuss clearly. Lots of NBA talk, too, which is interesting around, normally this is not the time of year when you're hot and heavy with a ton of NBA news, but there were a few little tidbits yesterday that were intriguing that we will certainly talk about, because some of them may indirectly pertain to the Grizzlies. We'll see kind of how that goes. Rob Fisher's going to join us 9 o'clock. We'll talk with Fish about the games this weekend. Fish had a little bit of a rough start, but he's starting to, I think, kind of pick it back up, and his picks on the odds couple have been better, and so I think he's coming around. He's coming around. Yeah, this is the picking game. Anthony saying is not a not a perfect situation. Yeah. No. It's like picking your nose. Sometimes it's messy, and sometimes it makes you feel better, and you just never know. So let's remember that.
Sometimes it's messy, and sometimes it makes you feel better.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's the analogy.
That's what my kids say, because they can't stop doing it, and I'm like, come on, guys, let's stop. But apparently they like it, so I don't know. I'll have to keep working on that. Now you can join us 360-8255. That's the AutoZone phone line, and the AutoZone text line happens to be the same exact number, 360-8255. Isn't that convenient? It's nice and easy for everybody to remember. Today, it's going to be kind of like yesterday, where it's going to be very humid, and rain is certainly going to probably happen for a lot of you. I know where I was yesterday. I got absolutely drenched in the walked inside to an establishment for just a little bit. Was running a quick little errand, and in that walk inside, it was fine. 5 minutes in, I'm about to leave, and it's absolutely pouring, and I can't even get to my car without getting completely drenched. So it's going to be that kind of a day where you're going to have some very scattered showers, and sometimes you're going to get caught out. So bring an umbrella or whatever. Lots to think about there. So we'll talk about all kinds of that good stuff, but just bear that in mind as you go forward. Now, Anthony Sane, were you a Norm Macdonald fan? Did you like Norm Macdonald?
I want to be careful how I touch on this. Rest in peace to Norm Macdonald. I'm very aware of who he is, but I didn't know that people like Norm Macdonald the way that they do. Or is that I hate to question people being genuine about stuff like that, but I don't know anything Norm Macdonald did outside of Saturday Night Live.
That's I
don't remember any movies. I don't know. I know exactly who he is, and I know that he was funny on Saturday Night Live. He kind of stood out. I remember he was on a different kind of vibe and energy than everyone else. But I don't remember him doing anything else.
Yeah, they're
And I don't like to do the fake. I think that's real disrespectful to the dead when you pretend that you were a huge fan of somebody and you weren't. So I'm not gonna get in here and act like I'm just a Norm Macdonald fan. And I see people doing that. I'm like, okay, what? I missed that whole thing.
There's definitely a lot of people that kind of do that or kind of jump onto a little bit of the grief bandwagon when something like that happens. But I got to say, I was bummed out because Norm Macdonald, I don't really know about his he had a show and like a sitcom, which I never watched that sitcom. He did Dirty Work, which apparently it's very funny, but I really never watched it. Obviously, you know about SNL stuff,
right?
But I mostly remember him just for being a comedian, just for the jokes and for his appearances, and he was so funny. I really respected the guy because it's a lot. Actually, I think you and I we some stuff that we talk about doing our show. His philosophy was very similar, which is to say that we just do what we think is entertaining, and what sometimes people like it, sometimes people don't like it, but that's not really the point. Is really just to do things that you think are entertaining, and that you have to be true to what you
right.
think is right. He would go on. I mean, his appearance when he was at the roast of Bob Saget. I don't know if you ever saw it.
No.
So they're roasting Bob Saget, and roasts are typically just constant, people just extremely explicit, terribly dirty joke, just F this, tons of, and his decision was to use the corniest 1930s style jokes, and just to play it completely straight, and most of the crowd was just no idea what he's doing, and there were 4 or 5 comedians on the stage who were dying laughing because they understood like what he was doing. He was saying, "Oh, you guys expect me to be like, Mr. Oh yeah, you want me just to say a bunch of these no, not only am I not going to do that, I'm going to go in the completely different direction. And I'm going to make this the corniest, most nonsense thing, and I'm going to play it straight for like 10 minutes, and you're just going to have to sit here and listen to it." And it was hysterical, like in that context. And he just was like, that's what he would do. Like, it's just like, I think this is funny. I don't really care if y'all are going to like it or not like it. Like, that's just what it is. Like, I think it's funny.
Right.
And it was, it was disrespectful, irreverent all the time, man. I love that stuff because, that's why he wasn't like super duper popular. And at the end, he was a huge sports fan. Like, at the end of, his life, he'd been fighting cancer for 10 years, apparently. No one really knew about it. And, he was really just a sports guy. Like if you look at his Twitter feed, like he basically just turned into like sports betting. Like he just wanted to like do sports. Like that's what he liked. He liked sports. So shout out.
Because I know he was synonymous with the SNL Weekend Update, but I've never seen him do stand up. I of course assume he did stand up, but I don't know him from anything else but Saturday Night Live. And he's older than I thought he was too. I guess I'm kind of confused in my personal timeline of where he was in Saturday Night Live. It seems like I remember him.
Yeah,
being
he was like mid '90s, like mid to late '90s.
Yeah.
When he was like, so you would have been high school.
High school, yeah.
And it would have been when you first would have run across him. But anyway, yeah, and he was the OJ joke. When he was on the ESPYs, he tells Charles Woodson, man. Hey, your Heisman winner, Charles Woodson, man. They can't take that away from you. You can never take that away from you, unless, of course, you murder your wife and the waiter that came by the house. In which case, I guess they can. But no, it's so awkward. The whole crowd is. Oh man, it's just.
I remember those type of jokes about him, but I just.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, I don't remember him doing anything.
He just didn't. He just did not care, man. He just had a total innate sense of like, I think this is funny, and. That's what I'm going to do, and hopefully somehow it works. But I'm not really concerned if people don't like it. So I really admire that approach. I think that's a good. That's the approach.
Right.
I've always tried. I think that's what we try to do is just like, you know what? If we try to do what we think is good.
Hey, we thought it made sense.
It's just what.
Well, it felt good at the time, but
you just gotta be true to your own. You gotta be true.
If
to
you
your
didn't
own
like it, hang
feelings.
around. You might like the next one. So
I mean, it's just you can't do something that's not true to yourself.
No,
that's the number one thing, man. Whatever artistry you do, whether it's something like this or whether it's drawing, painting, whatever, doesn't matter, man. Whatever it is, be true to yourself. Do what you do, and. So I think that was the thing. I was bummed out, man. It was a sad situation. So anyway, shout out, send the best, all that stuff, thoughts and prayers. It was nobody quite like him.
No.
Zach, do you remember Norm Macdonald?
No, I don't.
Zach's probably never even heard of him. Zach's probably never even heard of him.
I've never heard of him. Like, no disrespect.
Look at Zach trying to dial back the
the
age conspiracy.
No disrespect. I don't know.
Knowing he's 38 years old, man.
Yeah, I know. He watched him on Weekend
live when it happened. Yeah.
I can't tell you.
Everybody knows that stuff.
I cannot tell you one joke that he has made that has left an impression. I don't know who he is.
I don't remember any of his jokes either. But this lends to another conversation.
I remember his jokes. Oh, so good.
This lends to another conversation. You're 28, right, Zach? 27.
27.
What is Saturday Night Live to you?
Saturday. Okay, so it's basically.
Because me and Peter's opinion of Saturday Night Live is probably way different than what yours.
Right, like
yes.
to me, it's a parody show. Basically, they're just clowning everything that they see, and
what kind of impact does it have?
Yeah, like, do you care? Do you watch it? You think it's? I mean,
we know I know what the definition of Saturday Night Live is.
Right.
We don't know that. That's not what we're talking
well,
about.
like,
what is it? What is the role of that show in your?
If it never came on again, how would you?
Would you even notice?
Or do you even have memories of the show at all?
I mean, I would have memories of the show. I don't faithfully like sit in front of my TV and watch Saturday Night Live. But I do follow their account, and I do know, like, oh, okay, that's cool. They got such and such coming on to be a guest host, and
You watch it if certain guest hosts come on.
certain guest hosts
Dave
coming
Chappelle
on.
comes on, you'll go watch it.
Yeah, like I'll tune in to Dave Chappelle, or you know, if it's like a musician that I
Yeah.
like, it's like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna tune in to see what's their personality is like, because typically they like to bring in like
Right.
special guests or whatever.
And they'll act in the skit. The
Yeah.
musical guest sometimes.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I'm not gonna get upset if SNL is not on TV. But I realize, but the significance of SNL is like important to have, because you gotta laugh at something. You can't
You gotta
everything.
laugh at something.
You gotta laugh at something. So, I mean, like all the famous comedians are. I think that's the route that they go through is SNL. Like Keenan, yeah, Keenan. He started off at Nickelodeon. Now he's on SNL. Look, Jimmy Fallon,
Right.
Jim Carrey. Well, Jim Carrey through other avenues, but Jim Carrey was on SNL. Eddie Murphy.
Well, no, Jim Carrey was on In Living Color.
Living Color, and then like I think he guest hosted at one point on SNL a few
He's
times.
Yeah, but it was, but I mean,
he was Jim
his
Carrey at
career,
that point.
Right,
his career started at In Living Color.
right. So
He was not Jim Carrey. He was just Fire Marshal Bill or whatever.
So, you know, it has its impact on certain.
Remember Fire Marshal Bill? Fire Marshal Bill was great.
That's correct. So speaking of Fire
I don't
Marshal,
think we give Jim Carrey enough credit for going the black route to become a celebrity. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
go SNL. He went
Yeah.
through the brothers.
No,
And he,
no.
Yeah.
He was,
he was
the-
a bigger star than
instead
probably
of,
80%
you
of
know,
the people who went through Saturday Night Live.
Sometimes the guys that would,
Yeah.
Saturday Night Live, there was the black guy on Saturday Night Live. He was the white guy on In Living Color. It was
Right.
it's a similar approach, different,
Right.
different way.
Because it was always a show, that, like you said, the guys to get their starting point to catapult.
right? Like Seth Meyers has his own show because of SNL, and eventually we're gonna see Colin Jost or Michael Che get their own show if there's.
So
an
you're
opening.
you're more aware of the
certainly
show
hope not.
because if you're dropping those names, you're more aware of the show.
Yeah, you're much
Yeah.
more, yeah, he knows.
Yeah,
he
yeah,
knows,
yeah.
he knows,
Yeah.
I don't think that's the typical stance. I think most people in their 20s, early 30s, like, don't give a crap.
Yeah,
about
they
Saturday
like.
Night Live at all.
Yeah, typically Saturday nights are party nights for people my
And I
age.
remember Saturday Night Live being the show where it was the weekend, so I could stay up late, and it was like I felt like I was in paradise because I was up past 10:30, watching TV. So back in the day, my mom, I was 8 o'clock. You were in the bed, like period.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah. Saturday
yeah.
Night Live was always that kind of thing. I remember, being a kid, it really influenced my, the early those years when I started to watch, when I was probably 10 or so, and it was like Dana
Yeah.
Carvey and Phil Hartman and those guys.
Yeah, I got a friend. He's in his early 30s. He has no idea what Saturday Night Live is. He just texts me saying, "I don't even know what y'all talking about." Like, for real. Like, it's crazy because that show used to be such a big deal.
It
as
is.
a kid.
Yeah.
And if it went away, like, most people were like, all right, what's that?
I think what SNL, like, I guess make their big impact is when they keep the running joke going for weeks. Like when they did their impression of Joe Biden, like that's Jim Carrey as Joe Biden is like hilarious. Maya Rudolph as Kamala Harris is hilarious. Alec Baldwin as Trump for
Well, it
4
used to be-
years is hilarious. So
Well,
like
Baldwin's Trump annoys me, but anyway, that's a different discussion. So many other better Trumps than his.
all right, but the running joke of it keeps
Well, yeah,
it,
I mean,
keeps it relevant.
They do that sort of thing, of course. But that's the impact of SNL. Yeah, it's different. It's different now as far as they basically do it now as a it's Saturday Night Live, but it's not the show. Like it was like it used to be the thing. Like it would had a huge cultural impact. Like the whole show, it was a whole thing.
It was like what Cosby
it's
was
just-
to primetime.
Yeah,
like, it was,
like people would be like waiting for like how are they gonna like rip this or how
Yep.
are they gonna
every week
and
you
it's
were
just
waiting to
not-
see how
it
they were
just
going to attack
doesn't have
something.
that kind of-
It don't
it
hit
just doesn't
at
have
all,
that same
no.
no, it doesn't have
It's because
it doesn't have
comedy
that
has
same-
changed in a sense though, because you don't need that outlet. You got guys who hop on YouTube or hop on
Yeah.
TikTok or whatever, and they're making their own.
Oh, for
they're
sure.
making their own lane
For sure.
through social media.
Yeah.
They're not waiting for their big break on Saturday Night Live, whatever. Like those.
Right.
those days are kind
Well,
of
that's especially true of like talk shows, because the talk shows used to have comedians on. It was like the big break, like when you got on Carson or Arsenio or whatever, and you were a comedian. Like, oh man, like people finally saw you. Now it's like you basically, it's a YouTube thing and it's a social media deal. It's a whole different level of discussion.
Right. Unless
it's still good. The sketch comedy's still good, and it's still extremely at its best. It's still funny. But man, like. The thing about Norm Macdonald was he was just a joke teller. Like there are a few things that I retweeted yesterday, but there's so many things I can't because they're extremely offensive and whatever. But oh my God, like he put people in awkward situations. Like, I mean, the awkwardness was the best. Like just.
Was he?
Amazing.
Did he play Burt Reynolds in that Jeopardy?
Yeah.
Sure did.
Yeah, okay,
Burt
yeah.
Reynolds
Okay.
as Turd Ferguson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Turd Ferguson.
I saw that clip yesterday.
It's funny.
I'm like,
It's funny.
I'm like,
So good. Oh my God, so good. And his Larry King would just destroy me. Oh God. So anyway, I was bummed out. It was apparently been fighting cancer for quite a while, and did not say a word about it to anybody. That's reminiscent of kind of the Chadwick Boseman thing, where it's like he really was just trying to do his thing and didn't want to bring any attention to it. As a comedian, I think he thought if people knew that he had cancer, he would be like the comedian with cancer, like, and people would start laughing out of pity or out of he just didn't want that, so he didn't tell anyone.
I'm laughing at Cam Rose, co-host of the Outsiders podcast, is trolling me on the social stream. I don't know if you can see it or not, Peter. You can't see it from your house, Cam.
I can't see it. No, I can't see it.
He's got, look at this fake snotty dripping. He says, look at this fake Amin El House. Man, get your Amari Stoudemire. Fake Yoda. What's his name? Rashad Phillips over here. But anyway, shout out to my boy Cam Rose.
Yeah, shout out to Cam. All right, so
show us your face, Cam. Stop being a coward and show us your face.
We'll come back. We'll talk a whole lot. We'll talk. There's some very intriguing little things happening around the NBA. We'll discuss those. We'll talk about the college football world. We'll get into a little bit of that, the Memphis on-campus stadium discussion that happened yesterday.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about that and a whole lot more. And yeah, we got to get into a few COVID things too. So we'll do all that when we continue here, live and local from the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studio, we are Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
From biscuit sammies to omelets to pancakes to just about anything else you dream of for breakfast or lunch, the place to go is Sunrise on Jefferson. You've heard all your friends talking about it. Now come try Sunrise for yourself. And if you can't get to Sunrise, remember, for breakfast or lunch, Sunrise Catering can always bring it to you. And by the way, we hate being closed on Mondays, and we're hiring team members to serve you again. So if you're hungry for the perfect breakfast or lunch, come to Sunrise. And if you're looking to join a crew that loves their customers, well, that's Sunrise too.
I want to do some bragging rights. Hey, I was just the other day overhearing a conversation with Big Mike, the manager of DeSoto Auto Sales. They've got people buying cars all over the country. North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Alabama, Arkansas, Texas. People from all over the country buy cars at DeSoto Auto Sales in Olive Branch, Mississippi. Why? DeSoto Auto Sales has the most stringent car inspection in America. They get it right the first time. Quality and low mileage, factory warranty on most vehicles. My favorite part is the people who work there. Big Mike, all the employees are professional, friendly, and go that extra mile. Expect as you walk in the door, you're treated like family. DeSoto Auto Sales understands your time matters. We can help you find your dream car and get all the paperwork finished in less than an hour. Come see us at DeSoto Auto Sales and be part of our family. Have a great buying experience every time. 662-890-7184.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Sports 56 traffic.
Right now, we're working a crash. The crash has been cleared on Poplar Avenue east of McLean and Tucker, but they're still dealing with traffic as the traffic light is out in the area. So the accident has been cleared on Poplar Avenue east of McLean and Tucker Street, but we're dealing with delays as the traffic light is out. Other than that, nothing new to report. Nothing new to report of traffic this morning. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
I did it all, I put the pieces to the puzzle. Just as long, I knew me and my people was gonna bubble. Came out the gate on some flojo. Fat brother with the they was the logo kid.
Zach, check your email because I sent you something. I sent you something you got on blank. Are we honoring this versus? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah. Ja Rule and Fat Joe, they had some classics.
Two guys I never really got into at all.
Who?
I respect them, Fat Joe and Ja Rule.
Okay, you're lying. You're lying.
Never really got in. I mean, like, I respect them and, like, but no.
You might say you didn't like. You might say you didn't like their music, but you got into them.
I mean, I like there were obviously songs that crossed through, but wasn't my thing. I'll just put it that way. Like I didn't in general, like they weren't my favorite artists, but I appreciate what they did.
I wasn't that big of a Fat Joe fan at all. I think he kind of rode the wave of Big Pun and kind of took the baton and ran with as far as that goes.
Yeah,
I know that's probably disrespectful to people who are fans of Fat Joe, but Ja Rule though. I didn't really like Ja Rule, but I was like, yeah, that dude Ja Rule is like on top of this. Because I was on to like, hardcore hip hop and East Coast stuff and, So Ja Rule
The thing
got
is
on my
that Ja
nerves.
Rule, whoever was featured on the song was always better than Ja Rule. Ja Rule had a million features; they were always better than Ja. Whoever it was better.
Yeah.
Than,
But that
than,
dude's
than
run,
Ja
that
Rule.
dude's run, he was short, but that dude's run was, man.
He was top of the world for a couple of years, 2 or 3 years.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So we had a texter said, "Did you already?" Was talking about Norm Macdonald. Said, "Did you already talk about him making fun of Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, 10 days after he died?"
Yo.
No, we did. No, he did not. But I sent that clip over because Zach, I want you to play this. This is so you have to. The context of this is great. Like he's on the Daily Show with Jon Stewart. Jon Stewart's pretty like, like he's interviewing him and like John's seen it all. He grew up with Norm. They've been friends for a long time. And John's usually not one to be put into an awkward position. Like he's pretty good about dealing with that sort of thing. But this is 10 days after the crocodile hunter Steve Irwin had died. If you remember, a stingray had gotten him in the chest, and so that's the context of this clip from Norm Macdonald. But this is what he would do. This is what he would do.
Wanted to talk about the crocodile hunter. Did you? Because I think you're gonna make him sad. Because I think it was tragic at the time, but I think I don't know. People calling me, man, they're shocked. Oh, hey, you wouldn't believe it. Who got killed? The crocodile hunter. Please don't make me laugh at this. They were like, he was 44 years old. I'm like, that's a ripe old age for a crocodile hunter. That's not. Now, who had to be pissed about it were the crocodiles, because he got killed by some fruity fish. And so, the crocodiles were like, hey, man, that crocodile hunter got killed. Who did it, Frank? You don't even want to know, man. Please don't do this anymore. Go, Bill, man, you had a chance. When the guy go, man, I had a chance. I had that mother. He was Tommy with a stick. I could have eaten him and his kid. I don't feel good about this. You remember I ever tell you that story, Bill? Yeah, only 1,000 times.
Yeah, low down.
I mean,
it's funny, but
10
it's
days.
low down.
It was 10 days after the.
It is kind of messed up that the crocodile hunter didn't die from actually screwing around with crocodile.
I know. The crocodile hunter, yeah. It wasn't crocodile.
Like, why didn't he just stay in his lane, bro? Why you out there in the deep water? Like, why you just...
I don't know.
What you out there with stingrays for, man?
I know. What are you doing, stingrays, man? Come on.
That's blasphemous, man. Come on, dog.
So funny. Jon Stewart's face is just like, don't make me laugh at this, please. Don't make me laugh at this.
That ain't right, man. Come on. Steve Irwin was a pillar in the black community, man.
Was he really?
He was.
He used to
I wasn't aware of it.
To my community, to me, at least.
I'm not sure the Zach community is the same as the black community. To be honest with you,
at least to me,
they're not one and the same.
They are not necessarily. Even though you are black.
Let's timestamp that as well. Yeah. Zach saying that Steve Irwin was a pillar in the black community. The world will be talking about.
Can we get some verification on that from members of the black community?
If you're black and you can co-sign what Zach said, please text in 901
or not co-sign
360-8255. Hit us up on Twitter. That can't be true.
Cause you're not catching too many. Cause you're not catching too many black people.
Was Steve Irwin
messing around?
Pillar in the black community. For what reason would he have been? Zach?
Who else were pillars in the black community along with Steve Irwin?
Now, if you had said like LeVar Burton, sure.
Of course.
Steve Irwin, though? Come on, man.
Yes. Well, yeah, he's not black, but
if you would even said the painter dude, if you'd have said like
Bob Ross,
I probably would have gave you that over Steve Irwin.
All I'm saying is you're not catching a black person.
Peter, we also forget that like Zach was like raised by the television. Like Saturday morning TV was like Steve Irwin came out on Saturday mornings, right?
I have no idea.
Steve Irwin is a pillar of the black community. That's all. I mean, that's one. That is an incredible thing to say.
All right. Anyway,
Regis Philbin was a pillar of the black community.
No.
Oh. Rated R Superstar checks in, says, hell no, black folks don't fool with the crocodile hunter.
Exactly.
He said he don't fool with him.
Yeah, exactly. Don't fool with them.
Black people don't
Not
fool with
fool.
crocodiles, man.
He said the crocodile
Well,
hunter.
obviously,
you said
no.
he was a
Use
pillar
the
of the black
crocodile
community.
hunter. Yeah, you said he's a pillar of the black community. What do you? Oh.
Anyway.
Raphael says, Ham Dog on Twitter says, hell no, Zach.
Man, talking about.
That's our.
Speaking
Steve
of,
Irwin wasn't a pillar. Steve Irwin wasn't a pillar of the white community either. He was a,
Christian
he was a
Yates
pillar of
says,
the,
hell no, bro, tripping.
the animal community. The Australian community, sure. Okay.
Well, he played. He played an important part in my life because I was not.
Yeah, because you were raised by TV.
Because
I was a pillar of the Zach community. Yeah, that's what we talk about. That's a different thing.
That's why I had a dope because it's like maybe it's just me. I'm not standing near a crocodile in my life.
You know, WandaVision.
I'm not.
How Wanda was like everything was shown through all these TV shows she was forced to watch as a kid.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. It is. Yeah.
Like I'm sitting down crisscross applesauce.
How's
yeah,
Zach
I'd love to see
processing
Zach's
trauma?
version of that. Yeah.
Watching what? I Love Lucy. Like no.
NASCAR. Probably like Dale Earnhardt was a pillar of the black community. No,
I wouldn't.
I'm not so sure that's true. To be honest with you,
I wouldn't give.
I don't know if that's 100% accurate. But,
Speaking of pillars in the black community, though, Ashanti, God, no. Lord Jesus. Lord Jesus.
See, again, Ja Rule. Again, Ja Rule. Like the Ashanti just knocked him out of the park. I mean, like he gets overshadowed on every one of his things. It's just. Ugh.
Hey man, you just respecting Rule a bit though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You acting fraud. You kind of jumping out there like Ashanti ain't Ashanti strictly because of Ja Rule and all them other dudes. Come on now.
For exposure, sure, but I don't know. She's no.
Ja Rule looks exactly like he looked 30 years ago. Well, 20
he does.
years.
I give him that.
Ashanti though, God. Anyway. But yeah.
All right. So we learned a lot about the black community this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe Zach.
Yeah, you learn if you're not black, you learn absolutely nothing about us because you thought that Steve Irwin is a pillar in our community. Steve Harvey's not even a pillar in our community.
Steve Harvey's not. I was gonna say Steve Harvey's not a pillar.
I never said Steve Harvey. I never said Steve Harvey, man. I mean, to.
I mean, hey, wait, hold on. Hey, look at the Zoom for a second.
Hold on, bro. Give me a second. Give me a second still. All right, I'm here. What are you doing?
Steve Harvey just.
Steve Harvey's so annoying to me.
Just look at the camera like, what you said, balls? I'm going to stare at the camera like 5 seconds like, yeah, I heard what you said.
Steve Harvey bothers my nerves so bad.
Steve Harvey is corny.
For sure.
Beyond belief.
And he has a following that I don't understand. That people swear by stuff that comes out of his mouth. But anyway.
I don't either. I'll never forget when Steve Harvey messed up Miss Universe completely. One of the funniest things.
I won't forget when he messed up roll bounce.
Yeah. Well,
wait, he did?
How do I know he didn't?
I mean, this man.
How do we know he didn't announce the wrong team that won?
That's true. We don't know. I mean, this man announced the wrong
winner.
The wrong winner.
I'm sorry.
The whole pageant, and then he.
Somebody said, "Hell no, Zach. Zach must have went to Houston High or something."
No.
Yeah.
Supposed to be.
Devin went to Houston.
Devin did went to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to go to Houston, but I went to Southwind.
Of course you were.
Because Southwind was built near my house.
You went to the old Southwind.
Something tells me Devin might think that he's a pillar of the black.
No, you know Devin's Peter Pan over here. Devin's also 40 and comes off with the illusion that he's 21.
Oh, boy, that's true.
But the crocodile hunter played a big part of my life because I'm not going anywhere near crocodiles. But he was the only white dude that I can trust from across the globe that were willing to risk his life to go wrestle
No one
and gator
asked him-
roll
no one asked him
with
to do
the
that.
alligator or crocodile.
No one was like, "Hey, we wish somebody would like get out there with those crocodiles."
No.
Like, that never happened.
Not at all.
You're not risking your life for anything other than you wanted to go out there and do that.
No. He was. I mean, again, he was a conservationist and was a he worked for a zoo, and so he would go to find out more information on these crocodiles and learn about their habitat, learn about how they live, their behaviors, that stuff. Would remove them from dangerous situations, like stuff where they are in an area where they don't need to be. Try to remove them safely, that kind of stuff. Like he was a legit dude, and then they started filming him, and next thing you know, it's
Do people who study hurricanes go out there in the middle of a hurricane?
Yeah.
No, they
yeah,
don't.
yeah, they do.
They do.
Dead. They be dead. No, they don't.
Yeah.
They do.
And
They
there's
stand in the middle of a real life hurricane.
yes.
They fly a plane right
not what I'm talking about.
into and above the hurricane.
I'm talking about, do they stand out there in the middle of that joint?
Well, here's the thing, though. The difference is that if the hurricane wouldn't leave unless somebody got out there and chased it off or caught it and put
Right.
it in a
All right,
box,
this conversation
then
goes
somebody would have to stand out there and do it. I mean,
Yeah.
a crocodile doesn't just leave on its own. Somebody has to go and get it and whatever. That's what he would do.
I got you.
It's the same way with chasing down tornadoes, man.
Yeah, some people are just weird like that. Some people are thrill seekers and all that sort of thing. I'm sure that was part of it with him too.
Probably.
But anyway, yeah, crocodiles didn't get him. It was the stingray.
And
I'm a stingray hunter
I appreciate his contribution, man.
to the black community,
To me. To me.
The Memphis Grizzlies, in association with Steve Irwin's family, honor Steve Irwin, pillar of the black community.
What? You black people, huh?
Everybody like, huh? What?
Like who?
What?
You said Michael Irvin? Who?
The Memphis
No,
Grizzlies,
no,
in
not
association with the Australian National Civil Rights Museum, honor
Australia. Not even black people in Australia.
Yo.
In association with Ben Simmons.
in association with Dante Exum and Ben Simmons, honor Steve Irwin, pillar of the black community.
What? Who? Hell no.
We'd like to thank Zach Boyd, who did all of our research for today's awards.
Somebody took that personal, man. Somebody said he's not a pillar of the black community. Damn him. Somebody's
Like,
really,
what did he do
somebody's
to
really
you?
offended. Somebody's offended by it.
What?
Oh.
Huh?
Oh.
Did
Oh, my.
I miss something? Like in between?
Yeah, he did something that offended somebody.
Did I miss something? Did he say? Did he go Papa John's on this?
Maybe this is an actual crocodile. This text. I'm tired of us being exploited. Crocs, Duckhead. What's the other company that has the crocodile? Our damn image and likeness has been misused for centuries.
With gator boots,
Yeah,
gator belts,
Gator boots. We never got paid for that.
gator pants.
Damn the hot boys. Damn baby.
Gator boots.
No, cut that out.
No, turn it off. Oh, man. Incredible.
Dog, what's the other Lacoste? Yeah.
Lacoste, yeah.
Lacoste, Duckhead.
Yeah.
Izod.
Hey, Izod. Lacoste, Izod.
Izod Lacoste, yeah.
On behalf of the reptile, the law firm of reptile.
Our name, image, and likeness is not going to continue to be misused. Man, shit, damn him.
What did he do to you, man?
Man.
But yeah.
What did a crocodile hunter do to y'all, man? Like did he go Papa John's on this? Did I?
I don't think so. I looked up some stuff and I don't believe that's the situation. So, no.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
All right. We'll continue our number one live from the Family Leisure Studios right here. Real Sports Talk Sports 56 98.5.
Dave Woloshin and Brett Norsworthy take you home with Sports Time on Sports 56, weekday afternoons from 3 to 6 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. Roofing and siding, gutters too. We're the pros you can trust to get it done right. Call on us. 5 Ash Roofing, the name to know. 5 Ash Roofing, the only way to go. 5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. 5 Ash Roofing.
Is that not the corniest thing you've ever heard? Can you believe I paid good money for that silly jingle? Well, the experts say make it memorable, and I think I got my money's worth. 5 Ash Roof Services, proud partner of the Memphis Tigers and the official roofer of the Tigers home team. 5 Ash Roofing, 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
5 Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
Action247.com is your Tennessee sportsbook for same-day pay. Action247.com. Local, legal. A sportsbook by Tennesseans, for Tennesseans. Win a little or win a lot. Action247 has same-day pay. The other guys make you wait for your winnings. No more waiting with Action247 same-day pay. Visit us online at Action247.com. Local, legal. Action247. You got action.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-889-9789.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on all new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help put your brand on one of these fillies. Come on in and save some money during Western Trading Days at Sunrise. Covington Pike, Wolf Chase, and Collierville. Cars costless at Sunrise, partner.
Step up your wings game at East Coast Wings and Grill. With 60 wing flavors and 7 heat indexes, do you have what it takes to turn the heat on your wings up to insanity? East Coast Wings and Grill is family friendly with a large variety menu to satisfy the whole bunch. Sign up today for their loyalty program and taste the rewards. For every $1 you spend, you collect a point. Earn 100 points and receive a $5 reward. Next to Lowe's off Highway 64 in Bartlett, come try America's best wings at East Coast Wings and Grill.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone, where we've got more ways to get you what you need your way. Get the job done today with our free same-day store pickup. Just order online and pick it up the same day at your local AutoZone. Or get it done tomorrow with our free next-day delivery. Just order on AutoZone.com by 10 p.m. and we'll deliver it to you the next day. Getting your job done just got easier. Free next-day delivery and eligible orders. Restrictions at AutoZone.com.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Looking at me, cause every woman just wanna be happy, and it's crazy, but baby, I
love it when I'm with you, baby.
Girl, respect the rules. Those
Respect the rules, T.
Love it when you look at me, baby.
Your lips, your smile.
This song was written by a crocodile by Steve Irwin to a crocodile. That belt, those scales out. That tail, your nose and eyes.
Those spikes, those teeth.
When I saw you coming out the lagoon,
I was over the moon.
I was over the moon.
The moon. When you tried to gator roll with me.
I take on the stingray. You always. I take on the stingray. To go your way out. Man, respect it. R.I.P. to Steve Irwin. I apologize. It was ill.
And R.I.P. to everybody in the black community who's mourning.
R.I.P. to everyone who came in to hear the line on the Vanderbilt game this Saturday as well. That's what you tuned in.
And,
we'll get to that. We got your Vanderbilt line.
Are we going to get to the Vanderbilt line?
Yeah, what is the Vanderbilt
I
line?
don't know. You tell me. Usually we're going to get to it, so I'm excited about this.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, go ahead and hit me up with that. In the meantime, I will tell you, since we're talking about lines and who's going to do what and all that stuff. Well, that's where FanDuel comes in because no matter how you feel about Steve Irwin or anybody else, it doesn't really matter because FanDuel's got you covered. FanDuel is good to go, and the folks at FanDuel, you know what? They want to make your NFL Week 2 even more fun. That's what they do, man. Week 1 was a great success. Week 2, hey, guess what? All customers, you get a risk-free bet for Week 2 of the NFL season. What in the world do you want? You want that? You want something that's extra special? You want something that's something really great? Hey, you know what? Throw that Week 2 bet in. New and existing customers get a risk-free bet for Week 2 of the NFL season, up to $10. The max refund is $10. So check that out. And throw in a parlay. Heck, go crazy with same game parlay or multi-game parlay. Go nuts. And by the way, the biggest game this Sunday, it's Chiefs and Ravens, and FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. So if you are a new customer, whoo, baby, they got you covered. You can end the weekend right by winning $150 on a $5 bet. Chiefs, Ravens, do you believe in the Ravens? Do you believe that this was kind of an aberration of a Week 1 and that weird game on Monday night against the Raiders? A lot of mistakes, issues like that. Lamar looked really good. I'm still sticking with the Chiefs. And I'd take a Mahomes anytime touchdown coupled with that Chiefs win, a little parlay there, and you are good to go. 30-1 odds on either team to win. So you want to pick that side, pick a side. I'd pick the Chiefs and do a little secondary bet with like a nice little same game parlay. Throw in a Mahomes touchdown, and you're good to go. So that said, that bet you can win $5 can get you $150 if you're a new user. Offers like this are just one of the many reasons why I love betting the NFL on FanDuel because it's really simple. And I did it a bunch Sunday, super easy. Won a bunch, lost a little. It happens sometimes, but overall, very profitable weekend for yours truly, safe and secure. In those payouts, it gets right to my bank account very, very quickly. FanDuel Sports Betting made simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers. See for yourself why America chooses FanDuel as its number one sports book. Just sign up with promo code BIGHEAD this Sunday before the Chiefs take on the Ravens. You could win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember, you got to use promo code BIGHEAD. That's right, so they know I sent you. Got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer. Market max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call T and Redline 1-800-889-9789.
I got that Vanderbilt thing ready. Give me
got
some.
that
Give me some gambling
okay.
talk music. Zach. Give me some.
All right.
Give me some. As you all know,
your line.
Your
spread. Your line. Love it when you pick me, baby.
This said this and this playing Vandy. The thought alone might break me. Come on, Zach, give me some music, man.
Your coach, Clark Lee.
All right. This Saturday.
I wasn't aware we had talking about spreads music, but okay.
Yeah, this Saturday, of course, Vanderbilt takes on Stanford. Vanderbilt comes in
the Smart Bowl. That's the Smart Bowl right there. The Smart
there it is.
Bowl.
Vanderbilt comes in as a 9-point underdog. We probably should get Brevin Knight on to talk about his take on this, of course, a Stanford alum.
Why? And I mean, we can always get Brevin on to talk, but
Hey.
I don't want to talk Vanderbilt. I don't want to talk about Vanderbilt, Stanford with anybody.
Anybody else?
With anybody, period. I don't want to talk about even with
Hey.
Brevin. I don't want to talk about it.
But I'm going to say this right here. That 9, too many points.
Oh, okay.
You want to know why, Peter?
Why is that?
The letdown. The hangover. Do you know Stanford's record in games after they won as a road dog in week 1?
Road dog Jesse James?
Are you aware of Stanford's record as a road the week after winning as a road underdog? Are you aware of that record?
I'm not. But you're getting on Fish's. This is Fish's deal now. You're starting to gimmick infringement on Fish's deal. You better be careful.
Are you aware of what that number is?
Absolutely not.
I don't know either. Go Google that mug. I don't know. Give a crap about Stanford football. Go ask Brevin Knight. Go ask Zaire Williams. Go ask Zaza.
It's Wade Baldwin versus Zaire Williams.
Whew. Hopefully Zaire is a lot better than Wade Baldwin.
Have you seen some of these pictures lately with Zaire Williams?
Yeah, I found like some senior heads or something. Like some.
Yeah, what's he? Yeah, what's that all about?
Hey, we're in a new day, man. These guys.
I'm not sure I like the day.
These guys are just too sexy for everything. Man.
I'm too sexy for a regular photo. Too sexy to not look weird.
Shout out though.
Everybody just looks weird.
Hey, did you like my gambling segment though?
I loved your gambling segment.
I'm gonna need to make that a thing.
I want more of those.
Too many points.
Do you want the line? You know what their record is? I don't either. Doesn't matter.
Look it up.
Too many points. Look it up.
It just feels like there's probably a thing. Like Stanford's record after being a winner.
It's 100% a thing. There are they call them trend bettors and bettors who. I always think it's foolishness though.
Because it's not the same kids.
Trend bettors. Because it's not the same kids. Like in the last 15 years, Stanford. Well, there's like a whole new. Everybody's new. Like what?
Man, you're talking about
someone
Reggie Bush was out there. Matt Lander.
Yeah, like I mean, now you're just talking about like magic at that point. Like there's some kind of mystical. What? Not to be confused with mystical. You know, that's different.
Yeah. I'm not trying to show you what you're working
about
with.
Mystical. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about dudes I couldn't get into. I did not get mystical at all. And if you go back and listen to him, that dude was horrible. But anyway.
He had his moments. I'm going to disagree a little bit on that one.
But you downplayed Ja Rule, who was a megastar.
It's not about stardom. It's about what I enjoyed listening to.
I hate these guys who hate the pop ear, who act like popular music ain't good music.
No.
It's just popular. People just like it.
Pop.
Like it because it's good.
Pop. I said I didn't like it.
I got you.
I'm just saying I didn't dislike. I mean, like there's tons of pop music I like, but I don't really like Ja Rule that much.
Hey.
Again, except for his features.
You like this short. You like this little head with the little buzz cut. The little nose. Is that what you like?
Tiny little
face.
Tiny little bit.
Are we ready?
Oh man.
My buddy Paul, who's my gambling guy, he says hammer Stanford in that game.
Okay.
For real?
Yep.
Trey McKnight says, "Can we black delegation trade Zach? Can the black delegation trade Zach?
Please."
Ooh, good question. I don't know.
Who are we taking them?
Yeah, who are you trading him for?
Parker Fleming. Parker Fleming.
No, come on.
Ben Simmons.
No.
Ben Simmons is black.
He's already black. No.
Is Ben Simmons full black or is he half black?
I don't know. Never seen his mom nor his dad. All I know is on NBA 2K when I put him on the Grizzlies roster, like his head is huge.
Because I believe his mom is white. Yeah, his mom is white. So I think maybe you trade Zach for full blackness for Ben Simmons, perhaps.
Is that even possible?
Julius Simmons.
Yeah, sure, that's possible. I think that's possible. In
a lab somewhere.
White person to be named later. That's a future pick. All right, that's the deal. That's the deal on the table. I wonder if anyone's going to take that. We'll find out when we come back. Hour number 2 on the way in the Family Leisure Studios. Real Sports Talk Sports 56. It's been such a disrespectful hour of the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Real Sports Talk Sports 56, 98.5.
They've raised the bar again at Homer Skelton Hyundai and Genesis of Olive Branch. I like to say this is the new standard, the way car business should be done. And to prove it, out of 355 dealers in America that sell Genesis cars, the one in Olive Branch, Genesis of Olive Branch, was top 50 in the country, top 10 in the region, and number 2 in the district. And guess what? They want to be number 1. That means there are opportunities out there for you. It's the safest, and every new latest bit of technology that makes the experience of driving a car better, they've got it at Genesis of Olive Branch. If we start with the G70, the highest performing car I've ever owned, all the way to the G80 or the G90, the biggest of the sedans, you'll love everything about the car. If you would like to try the new SUV, the GV80, you call Vinny Gerard at 662-890-6684. He will bring it out to you.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Did you know nearly 40% of men under 40 and over 75% of men over the age of 40 experience sexual performance concerns? At the Memphis Men's Clinic, their experienced physician performs a comprehensive evaluation that determines which specific issues may interfere with your sexual performance. These issues can vary and range from anxiety to medical issues, low testosterone, or erectile dysfunction. The Memphis Men's Clinic has evaluated hundreds of men of all ages over the years and reestablished a normal sexual life. The Memphis Men's Clinic will work aggressively to resolve issues and allow you to restore your sexual health and overall well-being. That's the Memphis way. If you're 20 years old or 90 years old, come and get cared for the Memphis way. Treatment that's based on your specific needs after a professional clinical evaluation by their experienced board-certified physician. Call the Memphis Men's Clinic today at 901-443-0475 or visit memphismensclinic.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Hi, everybody. This is Greg Gaston for FanDuel. The biggest game this Sunday is Chiefs versus Ravens. And FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can end the weekend right by winning $150 on a $5 bet. FanDuel is sports betting made simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers. Now, the Chiefs will be the favorite even on the road. I want to lean toward the Ravens, but when I come back to it, give me the Chiefs. Plus, when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up with promo code GASMAN this Sunday before the Chiefs take on the Ravens. You can win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember to use promo code GASMAN so they know I sent you. Exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 or over and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit is required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. If you have a gambling problem, call Tennessee Redline at 1-800-889-9789.
Are you ready to trade up to a Kia sales event and get our best deal of the year? Well, we gossip and gossip Kia on Covington Pike. So get ready and take your pick from 2022 Kia Soul, 2021 Kia Forte, and 2021 Kia Rio. We got them all at just $248 a month. Yeah, you heard me right, Mid-South. Soul, Forte, Rio, 3 is your charm and take your pick. Just $248 a month. Plus, with every new gossip Kia, you'll find peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So trade up and get top dollar at Gossett Kia 1900 Covington Pike or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716, 1784. MSRP 20,500. Forte ME 402,825. MSRP 20,055. Rio ME 427,894. MSRP 19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Sports 56 traffic.
We got a couple of accidents on the roadways. Crash on Walnut Grove at Erickson. That's Walnut Grove at Erickson. Also, we're going to crash on I-240 south of Lamar Avenue. The right lane and the right shoulder is blocked. That's I-240 south of Lamar Avenue. The right lane and the right shoulder is blocked. Keep it right here. Hour number 2. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
What you need? I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. I'm all the way up. All the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. For my with Bentley coupes and Rolexes. Kicked the out the room and gave her no breakfast. Had to stash the jewels. These so reckless. Keep my on cruise. I'm talking naughty uptown, showing off for new things. Couldn't take it all, so I gave her chain. She called me top shotter, yeah, I keep a few tings. Champion sound, yeah, I got a few rings, and I'm all the way up. Yeah, and you can stay up.
Yep.
And if you ask anybody where I live, they point to the hills and say,
Regular size Joe. Not as good as Fat Joe.
No, it wouldn't have hit right at all.
Skinny Joe, no. Normally sized Joe, no. Fat Joe.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Morbidly obese Joe. That would be better, maybe. One of the better fat rappers. You got to give him that.
Fat Joe?
Yeah.
Probably so.
In terms of fatness and rapness, yeah. I mean, I think B.I.G. is probably, he's certainly the Biggie's certainly your gold standard of all that. But
Rick Ross got to be up there too.
Rick Ross certainly, yeah, got absolutely.
Who do you like better,
Big
Fat
Boy,
Rick Ross or
Big Boy?
or
Big Boy is in the mix for sure.
Yeah, Big Boy's not fat though.
No, but he's big. I mean, he makes a big. Like who's better, the rappers that have called themselves Big or Biggie, or the rappers that have called themselves Lil or Little?
Who
Let's put them on one side. One side. All the bigs and all the little. Let's do that versus battle. All the bigs versus all the
big
little.
versus little.
We got a lot of little rappers.
You got little Nas X, little versus big.
Lil Baby.
We got Da Baby, Lil Baby, Lil Scrappy,
yeah.
Lil Jon.
Yeah, Big Pun.
I think the littles will win, man. I think the littles will win because there are a lot of littles that had one-offs. They had like one hit wonders.
Yeah, a lot of little something.
Yeah.
Something. Little Scrappy,
Lil Zanes and Lil Nas X and it's a lot of. Cause Lil Baby himself,
Lil Mook. A little baby on the show today. A little baby, Little Nas X.
But for sure, the rappers that call themselves big and fat, they got their music lasts longer.
I think so. I think there's a longevity of. I mean, because when you got Biggie, you got Big Boy, you got. I mean, no knock. I mean, there's definitely some Lils that have lasted a long time. But I don't know. For quantity, I think Lils beat the bigs. But for quality, I think the bigs may have them. Let's get that versus battle going. The size versus battle. Let's go. Forget about West Coast, East Coast. You know, let's get beef. Forget about that. Let's go big and little beef.
Yo, that's gonna be hard. You got to pick 20 songs out of everybody.
Yeah, I know.
That's gonna be hard, man.
20 songs out of the bigs, 20 songs out of the littles.
Somebody's feelings gonna get hurt, man.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
Lil Kim.
I mean,
that's, yeah,
it's gonna be tough.
I mean, Lil Wayne.
That's it.
Yeah, Lil
that's
Wayne.
it.
Lil
That's
Wayne.
it.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
Yeah, Lil's win. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Lil, that's tough right there.
Oh, Lil Yachty.
I don't know, man, but I don't know,
Lil
but, yeah,
Yachty.
but when you got like Biggie and Big Boy, and I mean, like that's a lot. That Big Pun. There's a lot of the bigs come in strong. Like they come in with some heavy Fat Joe. I mean, come on, man. Woo!
Big
if we
30.
count if we count Rick Ross, even though he's not
Big something, but
Big Rick, but you know.
What about Lil Luther? Okay, because he was good. Lil Luther.
Lil Luther.
Man, see, this is what we need. This is the kind of thing we need.
Yeah.
Big Steve Irwin. You know, remember him? His raps. I mean, all those.
Big Stingray. Lil Stingray. Took him out of here.
Little Stingy. Hour number 2 is here in the Family Leisure Studios, ladies and gentlemen. We've been having fun, man. Whoo! Goodness gracious, we've been having lots of fun. All right, so we talked some football a little bit in hour number 1. We'll talk more coming up. Rob Fisher's going to join us as well. A couple things from the basketball community yesterday. I thought were interesting. Number 1, Houston Rockets, John Wall working to find a deal. According to Shams Charania of The Athletic, the Rockets and John Wall have agreed to work together to try to find a trade destination for the point guard. Got 2 years, $91 million left, almost $92 million left. He is going to show up for training camp in the next couple of weeks, but he's not expected to be part of the actual games. He's not going to play.
Mm-hmm.
So I got a lot of questions about this. Number 1 is, can we just not play players now? Like, we're good with that? Like, we got a good player on our team, and like, wasn't this a thing? Wasn't this a thing where we?
Yeah, it's not like we were finding people about this a while ago.
Yeah, weren't we upset about this?
What about the kids who want to see John Wall when he comes to town?
I mean, but like you can't like when you're tanking. Didn't we have a whole thing about like when you're tanking you have to play? Now you got to play your players.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. You got guys on your team, man. Didn't they find the Spurs? $250,000 back in the day.
Well, they didn't find the Grizzlies for Andre Iguodala, so.
Yeah, but John Wall's different. I mean, John Wall's a 20-point a game. Like he's still a legitimate. Mm-hmm. Andre Iguodala's not John Wall.
Right. Do you like what Houston's doing, and what are they doing?
I'm not 100% sure. I mean, I like their draft a lot, and I think they got a lot.
Yeah, they got a lot of young talent. Go out there and play basketball.
Yeah, they got a lot of young. Yeah, they got a lot of young. Yeah, I think they're gonna be fun to watch.
I don't understand what's wrong with having a good veteran point guard and like letting him hoop with these kids. Like,
I don't either.
I don't
guess
like
it's probably
this.
from John. It's probably from John Wall's situation. I'm sure it's John Wall.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, it's I don't really feel like doing this. I'm 31.
Right.
I'm not.
So where do you think he's trying to get to?
God, I don't know, man. Because you think
Boston,
about that
maybe?
deal, man.
Mm-hmm. You know what this whole thing made me think about, though?
Who can absorb that deal, though? I mean, that's an insane 2 years, $91 million.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
But we thought moving Russell Westbrook
$45 million a year?
Yeah, that's crazy.
His player option next year, which I'm spoiler alert, he's going to pick up, is $47.4 million.
Yeah, man.
Golly, bro.
So who's trading for that?
That goes back to the thing like about guys who they might not be a super max player in your eyes, but to the organization he plays for, they almost have to give those guys those deals.
Right.
There's no way that thing survives the CBA again, the super max thing, because it seems like teams get no benefit out of doing it. Like you giving guys that kind of money, and then you cannot move that deal almost. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
because it's like you're telling somebody, hey, I need you to care about John Wall the way that Washington cared about John Wall. Like, no, I'm not paying $40-something million for freaking John Wall.
Well, I mean, let's just be honest. I mean, like, there's a real possibility if the Grizzlies pay Jaren Jackson Jr. a whole bunch of money and he either doesn't develop the way that you expect or he gets hurt again, that they could be stuck with a similar contract. Where it's
$45 million though, bro. Supermax.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the supermax for a veteran. Supermax. I mean, but that's Steph Curry. Look at Steph Curry's deal. He's gonna be making 60 at the end of his.
But that's what I mean. The relativeness of it. Like if
but he's gonna be making 60 at 36. Like that might be a different situation. Like John Wall at the beginning of that contract. When he signed the deal, everyone's like, yeah, he's John. Yeah, that's a lot of money, but he's John Wall. And
he's big to us.
The injuries Well, no, but everyone's like, man, John Wall's a good player, man. He's whatever. But like, it's same thing of Bradley Beal when he signs all this stuff. These guys are really good players. You're not going to begrudge them getting the max. But then the reality of the last few years of those deals comes in, and you're like, oh my god. Especially if they have to deal with injuries or things like that that crop up. It's tough. The Supermax is. I don't think the Supermax has worked the way that the.
It's a poison pill for sure. It locks you in to do good and bad, and it's tough.
Well, it has forced, like, for example, Indiana didn't want to pay Paul George, and that's why they traded him back in the day. That's why they initially traded him to Oklahoma City, which started the whole process of him ending up, in L.A. They did not want to pay him the Supermax. They didn't think he was worth that much money. And so they decided to trade him before they paid him rather than have to deal with that decision. Same thing is true of a lot of teams. I mean, you look at what happened with Malcolm Brogdon in Milwaukee. They decided they weren't going to pay him the kind of money that he wanted. They weren't going to pay him, and so they got rid of him. Guys are small market teams. It really backs you into something of a corner. Look at Damian Lillard and C.J. McCollum. Again, Portland has the history with those guys has been spectacular, but they've also not really won anything of note. Never really made they've got one Western Conference final. And they've paid him a bunch of money, and it's really hard for them to build around those guys to the point where there's a lot of discussion about trading, one or both of those guys. Organizationally, they had to pay their guy, but man, it's hard to build around it. I don't think it's worked the way that they've intended. It's forced teams to trade guys. Again, Zach LaVine, another example of a guy that got moved rather than paying him what you thought he was worth. If Jaren gets traded, it's going to be the same kind of thing. Right. And I'm not saying he's going to be, but if he does, that's going to be part of the reason why.
I have two questions for you. One is CBA related, one is John Wall related. If you were an NBA player, would you be down for a dramatically increased max, like a super duper max, with the caveat that either 1 or possibly 2 years of it could be non-guaranteed or partially guaranteed, where a team could get out of it at the end, but it's like a ridiculous number, where you're allowed to have a contract that doesn't even affect the team's salary cap. You can be making $80 million a year or something like that. But like, you can have one guy on your team where he makes this astronomical amount of money that doesn't really affect the total salary cap, but with the caveat that the last year or possibly 2 could be non-guaranteed, where they can say, okay, we're not paying you these last 2. If you were a player, would you be down for something like that? If we say we can deem you as this franchise, we'll give you this franchise player tag, and we can pay you 5 years, we can give you a $400 million deal, but we pay you at 5 years $80 million. But those last 2 years, if you turn 35 and you're not the same guy you were when you were 28, or you know what I mean, if you turn 33, you're not the same guy you were when you were 28. We could say, hey, we're not paying you those last 2, but you're making stupid, like, astronomical money.
I mean, that's interesting.
Because I'm sure this is going to come up in the next CBA because it's too many guys. We haven't seen one Supermax deal that makes sense, where it makes sense for the player and for the team. You got Russell Westbrook, couldn't move his deal. You traded him for nothing. You know what I mean? John Wall. Bradley Beal's contract is way too big. Paul George, like you talked about. Chris Paul. All these guys who have these Supermaxes, they're coming back and biting the teams big time, where these guys are just these huge albatrosses that you can't move.
Yeah, the back end of those contracts are tough.
Yeah, they've been terrible.
I do think, I don't. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be very hard for anybody to pass any kind of non-guarantee. So I think that's gonna be tough. But I think there's some kind of a partial guarantee, maybe, where you're only responsible for, like a certain percentage of that contract, and you can waive the player or without penalty. I think that's something that would be interesting to consider. I do think there should be some kind of allocation within the cap for contracts like that to help small market teams hold on to players without the penalty of being stuck with a contract like that. I do think there should be some consideration that's given to that. Whether that is that every team gets one free contract, like where you can just designate one contract as the non-counting contract and your cap only counts for the other contracts.
Right.
Whether it's
don't let Rich Paul get a hold of that.
Yeah, I saw like a one of the, somebody was talking about the idea that maybe like for that final veteran contract over 35 or whatever whatever that final max contract would be over age 30, that it would only count against your cap at a certain percentage, like it would only be like 50% would count on the cap or something like that. That there was a way to reduce the cap hit. I think that would be interesting to consider. Something has to be done. I don't think it's worked. It has not worked. It's made it very difficult for small market teams to plan for that and to figure out what they're going to do with these guys.
Right.
It's made almost every contract you sign, instantly the analysis comes out like, oh no, that was a bad contract, and that kind of thing. When teams should really just be celebrating, like, hey, we kept our guy. Hey, we signed our guy. That should be an unmitigated happiness, and really it's mostly just like, ugh, like, oh boy, that contract's gonna suck. Oh man, at the end of that contract, it's gonna be terrible. Like, that's just. So, yeah, I don't know. It's really, really tough.
All right.
It's really tough to me
to try to figure all that out.
To thread that needle, you got to thread that needle.
Because you can't say, okay, well, teams just shouldn't pay those guys, but it's an ego thing to the player. Like if you, like I was talking about, this all relative. Like the Memphis Grizzlies could never win a championship, but if Ja Morant stays on the trajectory he's on, where he's a great, phenomenal player, endorsements, nationally known, highlights, all those type of things, kids love him, kids know who he is in the city, all across the league. The Grizzlies can never win a championship, but Ja Morant can still be this irreplaceable figure for the city of Memphis, where you say, okay, I've got to pay Ja the supermax. I mean, it's just how it works. It's how Gilbert Arenas, all these guys, they might not be champions, but they mean something to the market they're in. Mike Conley, whoever you're talking about. Like over time, there's always been these guys who they might not be champions, but they mean a lot to the market they're in. So if you can't just say, well, just don't pay him. You just don't pay him that much money. No, you got to do it because it's, you just got to do it. So there's always been an interesting discussion on how that whole thing will go going forward. But here's another question for you. What is John Wall at this point in his career? Because you look at him and you say, oh, John Wall, he's washed, or he's not this guy he used to be, or he's not a top 5, top 10 point, or whatever you say. But John Wall was 20-7 last year. Really 21-7 last year.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like he's not a bad player at all. Like that's why you can't just not play him. Like he's not he's too good to just not play. You can't just decide we're just not gonna play him. No, you can't. I thought we talked about as a league you can't do that. It doesn't work that way. I don't think that's what you do. So I think it's ridiculous that you kind of go through some of these hoops. What is John Wall? I mean, I think he's a very good player.
Yeah.
He's still extremely talented. He's not as fast as he used to be. He's not as athletic as he used to be from the injuries, but he's still fast. He's still quick. He's still good with the ball. He's still a big shot guy. He's a big moment guy.
Yep.
He can make plays. Good passer. Good vision.
Smart.
All those.
Last year was his third highest scoring season, and the number 2 was 20.7. He had 20.6 last year.
So I mean, it's. I would be interested in him, but it's just like that contract is just awful. Like you can't, as an organization, you just can't.
It's tough.
You can't deal with it. Like you just can't. There's nothing. I don't know who you could
It's tough,
possibly
'cause when-
trade. But I mean, I'm glad you brought up Mike Conley because, like, again, for the Grizzlies, that should have been an unmitigated, like, bout of joy. Like, right, Mike Conley signs his extension. The team's done well. He's done well. All that stuff. It should just be like, hey, man, he's coming back. It's great. And what was it? It was basically like, oh God, that contract is awful. Like, it's going to be terrible. Oh, it's this. Like, there wasn't even really that much joy.
Right.
It was just like I don't think it should be like that. I just don't think it's.
Yeah.
So
And it's weird with
there's a
those
way to
contracts
work with
because
that, yeah.
those contracts make sense to the team that gave it to him, but it doesn't make sense once he's playing on another team. Like seeing John Wall making the amount of money he makes playing for Houston, like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. But prime John Wall playing for Washington, it made all the sense in the world. I'm gonna throw something else out about John Wall too that I know is a
Let's
defender.
we'll do that after the break.
Okay.
Because we'll talk about that. Plus, we'll talk about a couple of other notes, including Aaron Gordon's contract and what that means.
Talk about contract.
What that means for Jaren Jackson Jr. We'll talk about that as we continue here. Live and local, 360-8255 on the AutoZone text line and the AutoZone phone lines. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 98.5.
Grab a seat with Johnny Radio for Sports 56 Happy Hour. Weekdays from 1 to 3 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Looking for some action? Sports gambling is legal in Tennessee. Action247.com. Local, legal. A sportsbook by Tennesseans for Tennesseans. Go to Action247.com. Register and place your bets. Are you a sharp or a first-time bettor? Action 24/7 has you covered. Visit us online at Action247.com. Local, legal. Action 24/7. You got action.
Problem gambling? Call 1-800-889-9789.
The Ram Power Days and Jeep Adventure Days are here, and you need to get ready to roll in your new ride from Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. How about maximum performance at a minimum price? New 2021 Chrysler 300 Touring, $449 a month. You need a workhorse? We Gossett covered with 2021 Ram 1500 Quad Cab Tradesman, only $497 a month. And get most available safety and security features in its class with the 2021 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited L, now $499 a month. Plus, you'll get top dollar for your trade at Gossett Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Fiat. So drive past the rest and come to the best or shop online anytime at GossettMotorCars.net.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
300 MH6 2505 MSRP 34440, 1500 MS 578 561 MSRP 39930. Cherokee M810 3202 MSRP 50490. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF 695 excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through end of the month. Dealer stock only.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that pin, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time. As simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101.
AC trouble? Call Air Doctors of Memphis, 901-598-HVAC. Owner Matt Davis is a third-generation full-service air conditioning specialist. Air Doctors of Memphis services all major brands, and labor and parts are guaranteed 100%. Their yearly AC checkup is only $60. Then this year, Air Doctors is the official HVAC contractor for St. Jude Dream House. Air Doctors installed the St. Jude Dream House new Train high-efficiency equipment. Get your service from the best. AirDoctorsOfMemphis.com. Call 901-598-HVAC.
Sports 56 traffic.
We're still working an accident on Walnut Grove at Erickson Road. That's Walnut Grove at Erickson Road. Also, still working the accident on I-240 south of Lamar Avenue. The right lane and the right shoulder is blocked there. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good. I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
Baby, pray for us who celebrates the thugs. My lady. I be sick, capital gain when I spit.
Yeah.
Well, the bars are scenes in the cars. Stars born in the hood, with the name live on. Are you well, lady? Still, baby, say
Yeah. Yeah, so.
I was getting ready to get frustrated because I was like,
Ja
P,
Morant,
you should have gave
sure.
it to me. You should have gave it to me before the break because I totally forgot what I was going to say, but it just came back to me.
It came to you.
It came back to me.
Write it down because
No, I got it. We got to do something else.
Wish Rick Ross's son a happy 16th birthday. He gave his son a Wingstop franchise for his birthday.
Hey, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, man.
Son looks a lot like him, gotta say. All right, so
Generational
what'd you have to say now? What'd you have to say now?
John Wall, to me, I can't speak for nobody but me, but John Wall is the biggest non-All-Star, 5 All-Star appearance All-Star ever. If you'd have asked me, has John Wall ever been an All-Star, I would have said no. But he's been there freaking 5 times, and I wouldn't have wear it. You knew that? 5-time All-Star, John Wall? I didn't know that. I didn't know he went at all.
I knew he'd been All-Star quite a bit, but I don't know.
What?
5, but yeah.
I had no clue.
Yeah, John Wall was that dude when before all the injuries, man.
I wouldn't have guessed 1, and he's been there 5 times. Didn't know. Didn't know that at all. But anyway, yeah, that's all I had. Oh, I got one more thing too, if you don't mind.
Okay.
You're not a Facebook guy, but Facebook has memories.
Yep.
It will like remind you of stuff. Shout out to the crew at Methodist Hospital of Germantown.
Yep.
I don't know if this is a free plug. I don't know how you can plug a hospital, but but anyway,
yeah.
Shout out to people in Memphis. What I say? Methodist Germantown.
Yeah, Methodist Germantown.
Yeah, they had as some of y'all may know, Gabe was born 2 months premature, and they had the memory showed up that they have an annual celebration for their alumni, all the kids who came through, and today is it's Neonatal Nurse Day. So shout out to all the ladies and gentlemen who work in that field. Yeah,
Shout
work
out
in the NICU.
and neonatal, all that stuff, man. Good stuff.
Who bring those miracle
That's where my daughter
babies
was
to this
born. My
world.
daughter was
For
born
real?
in
Methodist Germantown?
That's right. Mm-hmm. So shout out.
Well, we got to make sure we go to the next alumni thing together, man.
That's right, the alums. That's right.
Yeah, the
that's
alums.
right.
Shout out to all the alums out there. My good friend Ann Clayton Barron, she's on Twitter. Can't think of her Twitter name. She's got like a private account, so ain't no need shouting it out because you're not gonna be able to follow her. but anyway, she long story short, like when Gabe was in the NICU, you started talking to your nurses or whatever, and I was telling her who I was and what I did. She was like, "Wait, what's your name again?" And she was like, "Hey, I follow you on Twitter." And it's like, "Yeah, I talk to you all the time on Twitter," but like we didn't know we were each other. You know what I mean? But like she was like, my child was in her care, but we were Twitter followers, Grizz fan and Twitter followers, and she was like the nurse that took care of my baby. So, shout out.
Fantastic. I agree 100%. Those nurses do a wonderful job. It's not easy, and they do a terrific job for sure. Now, let me say that we talked to John Wall and his situation. I don't know. They could try their best to trade him, and they could try to come to some agreement. I have absolutely no idea how they're going to figure that out.
The Thunder.
My guess is that somehow they're going to come out. I don't even buyout. Where if he wants to leave, he's going to have to take a bit of a haircut on that deal to leave, because I think
unless they find a team that actually wants him.
Who though, for that amount of money?
Yeah, but for that much money, yeah. There are a lot of teams that want him.
A lot of teams that'll take him, yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, sure. Pretty much every team in the league would take him at a certain price, but like not that price.
Would you take him over John Wall? I mean, over Ben Simmons?
Well, but like the Grizzlies don't even. There's nothing that even merits discussion with the Grizzlies.
Why would Philly?
I'm saying for the Rockets.
What?
Ben Simmons would be good.
Because the thing is like I said it last season with Eric Bledsoe's contract heading into the season, last season. Like any contract can be moved. It's just how much you willing to give up to move that contract. And so because
Supermax is a whole different deal though, bro.
I get that.
That's almost like saying I want to give that dude a Supermax. You know what I mean?
I get that. But because Ben Simmons and his time with Philly has soured so bad that are you willing to take a John Wall and his $45 million and give them Ben Simmons his 31? And like all the extra details can be figured out, but the primary swap of players, like would you take John Wall's contract just to get Ben Simmons' contract off?
I will say
this. 4
this.
years?
I don't know why Philadelphia would do that because that's a lot of money coming in. And
It's
a lot of
only
money they had to send out.
It's
But
only, and here's the thing, like it's only for 2 years though. That's the thing. It's only for this season and next season.
Yeah.
While for Ben Simmons, you got to pay him 30 plus for about the next 4 seasons. And then it allows you to get off of John Wall's contract, and maybe if he improves, you probably sign into a lesser deal, but it allows you to free up to go and sign a better point guard if the market presents itself with that. Or maybe, I don't know. All I'm saying is like any contract can be moved. It's about finding that right partner to make it work.
yeah,
because
that's how trades work, Zach. I ain't trying to be funny. I'm just saying. Like,
because
who's gonna do that though?
I don't know, man. Like again, like I said, Eric Bledsoe and I said the Milwaukee Bucks need to do something with Eric Bledsoe's contract.
Yeah, I was like, how they gonna move
Eric Bledsoe's contract
He's been moved twice
is
since then. Sure. I mean,
yeah,
I give
right.
you
Eric Bledsoe's contract
it's
is
20-something
one
million though.
Yeah, is one like third of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But even with Chris Paul's contract, like everybody was bouncing around saying like, oh, Chris Paul's contract, he's gonna be hard to move, and then he ended up getting moved because Westbrook's contract was hard to move, and so they were able to swap, and then they ended up swapping Westbrook and John Wall's contract. So,
but there's only one LA Lakers where LeBron has said, okay, get it done, get all these bums out of here.
But
like, it's only one. You know what I mean?
But I'm not saying that that the big markets gotta stack up those big contracts. All I'm saying is that yeah, like that amount of money is like crazy to have on your team because that literally kills any type of flexibility heading into any season. But if you have a guy that has soured so bad on your team, has soured so bad with your franchise with the fans that you can like flip him for a much older guy for the next 2 years, like would that entice you to do something like that? I'm not like I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not saying this is going to happen. I'm just like would that entice you just to say, look, we'll put up with John Wall and his $44 to $45 million contract for 2 years, just to not having to deal with Ben Simmons for the next 4 years, right. $22 million. Let's even though age-wise, it favors Ben Simmons all the way.
Let me read into this tweet. All right. Sham says, I call the man Shams, but Sham says, John Wall, Houston Rockets meet and mutually agreed to work. They said they mutually agreed to work together on finding a new home for the 5-time All-Star. All right. To me, this reads like John Wall probably would have been fine in Houston. I don't think he I think Houston just wants to be trash this year again. I think that's Houston's thing. And they think, okay, we might be a little bit too competitive with John Wall as our point guard. But that being said, I don't think he cares about where he lands. I think he understands that if I go to a good team, it's going to take good players to match my deal. And that's not happening. Like nobody's going to give away good players to get John Wall. So I think he realizes he's going to have to go to a lesser team. I think the only realistic spot for him will be the Thunder. Like, seriously, I can't see where he goes.
That's the same thing with Chris Paul. That's the same with Chris Paul.
Yeah.
And he had to go to the Thunder, and then you
got to do a bid in Oklahoma.
You had to have a specific. You had to have a specific situation with Phoenix that was very specific with regard to Chris Paul before you could make his situation work. It's I don't know. I mean, like anything can happen. So like all these deals, eventually get done, but there's a limited amount of things that realistically can happen for John Wall to actually be moved. Again, the Thunder would have to, they have the ability with their contractual situation and cap space and everything else to launder that move. But again, why would Houston want if the Thunder were going to be the laundry spot for you to launder that contract before you moved it somewhere else, they would want to be compensated for that. They're not going to get John Wall to play. They don't want John Wall to be a player. They're trying to be bad. They got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who they've given their extension to, and they want him to play, and they want these other young guys to play, and they basically want to lose a bunch of games and get themselves in position to draft again and wait till they're ready.
Right.
So if they get John Wall, they're not getting him to play, but by the same token, Houston would then have to pay them a whole bunch of stuff just to get John Wall off their hand. Why would they do that?
So basically what we're saying is
Houston's young. Houston's in the same position as Oklahoma City.
Right.
Like we want to be bad and we want to be young and we want to play our young guys. So they're not playing John Wall for the same reason Oklahoma City wouldn't play John Wall.
They also
they're not going to pay. Yeah. They're not going to pay to get John Wall. That doesn't make that deal ain't going to happen.
Yeah.
So I could see
that's a good point you're making for sure.
I could see Philly. If they believe that John Wall can still play, and they believe that Ben Simmons, it's just never going to work. We're never going to be able to make it work. It's done. If somehow they could bridge that gap of value between John Wall and Ben Simmons, then that's something. But I think they would want something back. And
help me understand the timeline.
I'm not sure Houston would want to do that.
Help me understand the timeline. Daryl Morey did not make the John Wall trade to Houston, right?
No.
He was already gone.
No, he was already gone.
Bro, Daryl Morey, like I thought about this morning too. Like we've been talking about Ben Simmons for a month. Half joking, half serious, whatever. Fully serious, whatever. Daryl Morey is not gonna get fleeced. Like he's gonna stretch this thing out. Like we talked about last year with the James Harden thing, like how Houston really didn't go about. They didn't use the leverage they had. Daryl Morey is gonna use his leverage, bro. Like he's okay, dude. You're under contract. You know what I mean? So, because people are like, well, training camp's coming up soon. I don't think that matters to Daryl Morey at all. I don't think he's going to call his bluff on Ben Simmons, on Rich Paul, on everybody. Do you kind of agree with me? Like, Daryl Morey is going to play way more hardball than people would expect him to, than your typical GM would with this whole thing. This whole thing could get real ugly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's already gotten ugly. I think he can. I think he'll try to, but again, I think you're limited in how much hardball you can play. I just think the reality of it, if you want to be a tough guy, that's fine. But if Ben Simmons, if Rich Paul is truly accurate with his situation in his assessment that he's not going to play, that Ben Simmons is not going to play, if Rich Paul's got him in that position and he doesn't show up and he's not going to report and he's willing to eat all the fines and he's willing to eat whatever financial penalty comes with that, then there is no leverage.
Yeah,
there's no leverage. Like you're a team in Philly. You're trying to compete. You're not trying to be bad. You're not trying to deal with the future. You're dealing with the present. And if you take a guy that is an all-star, third-team All-NBA player, as you want to talk about, and you've talked about how good the guy is, you take him just out completely. He's not going to play for our team that's trying to win, and we're not getting anything for him. That ain't going to work either. So I think he can play hardball all he wants. But if they're truly willing to go through with that, then there's a limit to the amount of leverage that Daryl Morey can have. That's why it's a really tricky situation.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be interesting.
I mean, it's not as simple as like
that Harden
me
thing
putting my foot down. Me putting my foot down and be like, hey, it's trading James Harden is so much easier because at the end of the day, man, say what you want about Harden. You're talking about an MVP. You're talking about a guy that is his value is unquestioned. He can shoot, he can score, he can do all those things, and the stuff that you need it's a lot easier in today's NBA to trade a guy with massive defensive liabilities than it is to trade a guy with massive offensive liabilities. And that's the difference there. You know, James Harden has defensive liabilities, sure, but his offensive game is one of the best in the world.
Right.
That's a lot easier to deal with than, hey, this man can't make a free throw.
Right.
That's a problem. So I don't know, man. I think it's a lot harder than people think, and that's why that's why it hasn't been done, because it's a lot of of stuff.
All right, here it is. Ben Simmons, is he traded before or after the training camp starts?
I think he's traded. I mean, I think he's traded. I think the training
in the
camp
next 2 weeks. You think he's gone?
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna be. He's not gonna play in the regular season. He's not gonna play. He will never play another game for the Sixers. I'll say that.
Okay, score.
So when that will be,
that don't
I don't
really mean
know.
nothing though. That could be in the middle of the season. He could sit out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I genuinely don't know.
Oh, you don't know. You don't have an opinion on it. Okay.
No, I think they'd like to do. I think everyone would like to get it done. I think it's better for Philly, and I think Daryl Morey would like to get it done before the season starts, because it's going to end up being a huge cloud over their season if it drags out into the regular season. But here's the thing, Sane. If you're selling a house to me, and I know that you got to sell that house in the next 6 months because you got a financial situation that's coming up, and I know you got to sell it. Like, you have to. You don't really have a choice. And I also know that there's not really anybody else that's offering you anything.
Mm-hmm.
I can afford to just kind of sit back and be like, you know what?
Yeah, I'm just going to let this play out.
I'm just going to let this play out. And that's kind of what the rest of the league is looking at with Daryl Morey. They know he's got to trade him.
And we know you're not going to bring no drama into the season for a team that's been one of the top teams in the East over the last 4 or 5 years.
And we also know that there's not – there ain't teams just lining up to get this guy.
Mm-hmm.
As good as he is, there's not a huge demand. So, that's really tough for Morey to drum up a market when there really isn't one. And it's
and that's
hard.
why I say don't rule out a team like the Grizzlies just coming in and just like swooping in and getting them. Like, by paying what would be overpaid, but it'd be enough to say, okay, all right, let's go ahead. This is done. That's why I think like anybody could get them at this point, I believe.
Yeah, and I would just say this, like I would happily, what we talked about yesterday, we goofed around all that stuff. I don't want anybody to get twisted. I would, if you, there is definitely a price that would be perfect to pay, and I think Ben Simmons would be great. I'm not saying don't get Ben Simmons at any cost. I'm saying don't overpay. And don't do something stupid to get Ben Simmons. But Ben Simmons is a player, and especially if he's willing to do the right thing, man, he's phenomenal. So it just has to be the right price. It has to be the right situation for the Grizzlies or any other team that's not specifically built with him in mind. When we come back, we'll get into a few other issues too, including the Aaron Gordon extension, what that means for Jaren Jackson Jr. A little college football too with the Rob Fisher coming up at 9:00. We'll do all that when we continue here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
You have opinions?
The knowledge that I have matters.
We want to hear them. Call or text us on the AutoZone listener line at 360-8255. That's the AutoZone listener line at 901-360-8255.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Mark's Bensdorf Realtors. When I talk to people about selling their homes or buying one, my motto is stick to your game plan. I learned this from my friend Coach Terry Tippett. Coach, you didn't go into a game without having a plan, did you?
No, Sheldon. Having a plan was critical to the success of all my teams.
That's right, Coach. Sticking to your game plan helped you win 4 state championships.
That's wrong, Sheldon. It was 6, just like the number of shots you make on a par 3.
Well, Coach, we've played golf together. What advice can you give me about my game?
You probably need to stick to real estate, as you're much better at doing that. Or perhaps bowling.
Great advice about real estate, not bowling. And as I always tell people, if they're thinking of selling their home, talk to 2 to 3 real estate brokers and let me be one of them. As they often say, when you want the job done, Coach, who should they call?
Sheldon, of course.
You can reach me at 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 682-1868 or memphisrelocate.com.
Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
I'm Brian Elder, 867-0303. Hurricane season is upon us. Is your roof ready? Are your shingles laying down and sealed properly? Call me right now, 867-0303. They say you get what you pay for. That's why my opinion is free. Maybe you've got years of life left in your roof. If so, I'll tell you that. But if I find storm damage or a compromised roof system, I'll lay out some options for you. Don't let them tell you it needs to be replaced if it only needs a repair. Call me, 867-0303. Has your insurance company already seen it and rejected your claim? Maybe they're correct. Most of the time, they're not. They do tend to become more reasonable once I get involved, though. 867-0303. I'll measure your roof from outer space or BrianElderRoofing.com.
Call 867-0303. Brian Elder's Roofing Solutions.
Is your wife asking you to stop eating junk food? Well, we have you covered at Humdingers. It's quick and it's healthy, and most important, it tastes amazing. With many choices from salmon salad to rainbow trout and grilled asparagus. Come visit us for lunch at Humdingers, 6300 Poplar Avenue. So good, Coach Penny eats with us weekly. Don't forget, Humdingers offers full-service catering for weddings, social events, or your corporate lunches. You can call 901-260-8292 to find out more.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear that three's a charm at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah, so I'm ready to trade up to a Kia sales event with you, my man.
That's right, Randy. 3 rides, all just $248 a month. Take your pick from a 2022 Kia Soul LX, 2021 Kia Forte LXS, or a 2021 Kia Rio LXS. Your choice, $248 a month.
And Soul, longer, better warranty than Honda or Nissan. Forte, more passenger volume and thousands less than Honda Civic. And Rio, higher MPG and thousands less than Corolla. Plus, you'll get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716,174. MSRP $20,500. Forte ME $402,825. MSRP $20,055. Rio ME $427,894. MSRP $19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Regions Bank presents Sheryl Crow live at the Garden Friday night, September 17th. General admission lawn tickets are on sale now. Show starts at 8 p.m. Get tickets online at Ticketmaster.com. For more information, go to liveatthegarden.com. Sheryl Crow live at the Garden, Friday night, September 17th at Radiance Amphitheater.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Say. Here once again are Pete and Say.
Crack. You hear the echo, man, I've seen the best go. Cause seeing how that meadow, I'm a hustler. A pusher's pusher, you a buster, customer. I get you some cooker, yeah, crack is a chemist. I pack an 11, I'm macking a 7. I clap at your reverend, I see you in NY, I send you an invite. You gon' need you a pass, that's the code that we live by.
We've talked about things that are tough out there, things that sometimes don't work the way that you might have expected. The trade market maybe didn't work the way that Houston expected it. Sometimes things happen sometimes out there. You know what? It doesn't always work out the way that you expect. Even in the bedroom, sometimes it doesn't work out the way that you expect. Sometimes if you come up short in the bedroom, it's okay. It happens to the best of us. But if it's bothering you, there are options. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead now. No one's perfect, but everyone can get the help they need. With Roman, you can get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for ED, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. The whole process couldn't be simpler. Very straightforward, very discreet. Just go to GetRoman.com/bighead and complete an online visit. Again, discretion is the number one thing. Take care of your ED without ever leaving home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a doctor and take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead now, and you can get $15 off your first month. there's a straightforward way to take care of your ED. GetRoman.com/bighead. Get started now to save $15 on your first month of treatment. Go to GetRoman.com/bighead. It's simple, it's discreet, it's easy, and it works. Check out Roman and our friends. GetRoman.com/bighead. So we've kind of figured out one side of it. Another extension to be signed. Aaron Gordon, a 4-year, $92 million deal. Another Clutch Sports client gets paid here. $4 million in incentives for the deal, $88 million in base salary. So essentially $22 million per year on average, with the extension $23 million if you throw in the incentives. Gordon is an interesting player. His numbers don't jump out at you. He's not a hugely productive guy from numbers. He averaged 11 points, 5.5 rebounds with the Nuggets. But 3 assists, like he passed the ball around. He's got the athleticism. He's got the versatility, all those sorts of things. But to me, this sets the absolute floor for anything when it comes to Jaren. Like, Jaren's numbers, his productivity, all that stuff is better than Aaron Gordon at a similar position. So this is the absolute floor. Like, I don't think there's any getting around it. It's going to be 4 and 100 at least, I would think, for Jaren, closer to 120, 4 and 120.
Yeah, he's gonna get paid for sure. We've pretty much set people up for what that reality should be a while ago. Can I go on a Aaron Gordon tangent, if you don't mind? Right? Sure. Do we got time? Or do we need to carry this after Rob comes on?
We got Fish. So go ahead.
I'm saying we can't. Can we pick up Aaron Gordon? We can't pick up Aaron Gordon after 9:30.
I mean, is it that? Do you have that much?
I just have a question. I'll let you go on the tangent if you want. What is Aaron Gordon?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
What position does he play? What is he good at? He's ugly as hell. His chin is stupid long.
He's a weird looking guy. He's a weird looking guy for sure.
Then he just seems like he's like super space cadet. Like he's like, I don't know. He just seems like he's like not. You ever seen a guy who, I ain't gonna lie, Zaire Williams comes out his way too. Guys who want you to really think that they really care and love the game and all that, but they really don't give a crap. Like, that's how Aaron Gordon comes out to me. Like, he really wants to make you think that he's just really, oh yeah, man, just it's all about the ball. Ball is life, but no, man, ball ain't life to you.
I don't really understand.
I don't understand like how he's even in conversation for this type of deal. I've never known what Aaron Gordon does. Like, every time I've seen him play, even in the slam dunk contest, he looks goofy.
They're gonna have to deal with, they got Michael Porter's deal coming up too.
Yes,
they're gonna have to deal with.
I don't get it, bro.
And he's a lot better than Aaron Gordon. So
no, clutch D's. No, I'm not paying him. That would be my response.
This man. The last impression that you have of him was the Nuggets getting swept by the Suns. And in that series, Aaron Gordon averaged 9 points, 4 rebounds,
getting cardio,
shooting 39% from the field.
I don't get none of that.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he does. Like, he doesn't shoot. He jumps and runs.
Yeah, he's very athletic.
His hair's pretty dope. Like, what he's doing with his hair now. Like the Bruno Mars fro. Like, shout out. Because those little braids with the headband, you look like a buffoon.
Oh, he still got the braids though.
But when he lets it out, he's fine. But with the braids with the headband, looks like a buffoon. Like, let me just say that. I don't understand how Aaron Gordon got this much money. Like, it doesn't make any. I don't know what he does.
I
really don't.
They're gonna mess around and lose Michael Porter Jr. Man.
Hey, we should have kept Jonte.
They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna do that. For sure.
Let's call back Jonte. Get the reunion going.
They ain't gonna do that. All right, they ain't gonna do that either.
Hour
number 3 on the way. Too many weird vibes. Coming up, we're going to get the vibes feeling good with Rob Fisher, who joins us next. We'll talk a little college football with Fish. a little Grizz, and a little bit more as we continue here live and local in the Family Leisure Studios. Hour number 3 on the way.
Are you ready to trade up to a Kia sales event and get our best deal of the year? Well, we got it Kia on Covington Pike. So get ready and take your pick from 2022 Kia Soul, 2021 Kia Forte, and 2021 Kia Rio. We got them all at just $248 a month. Yeah, you heard me right, Mid-South. Soul, Forte, Rio, 3 is your charm, and take your pick. Just $248 a month. Plus, with every new Gossett Kia, you'll find peace of mind with Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. So trade up and get top dollar at Gossett Kia, 1900 Covington Pike, or shop 24/7 at KiaCovingtonPike.com. Ask for Bobby J. He'll put you in a new Kia today.
If you want it, we got it at Gossett Motor Cars.
72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716-1784, MSRP $20,500. Forte ME 402-825, MSRP $20,055. Rio ME 427-894, MSRP $19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax, title, and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Whether you're driving for distance, pitching for precision, or putting to win it all, come to Edwin Watts Golf Shop to get custom fit for all your clubs throughout your bag. Hit a few balls and let our team show you the latest swing technology and data that will help optimize your game. Having each club tailored to become your gamers will help you start shooting lower scores. Let Edwin Watts Golf Shops help you make every shot the perfect one. Come in and get custom fit today. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day satisfaction guarantee.
I thought we were done with this.
Hiya, Petey.
Don't call me Petey.
We're back, baby, doing Central Barbecue commercials.
This is very exciting.
Reminding everyone that there are 4 locations, all with that perfect Central Barbecue, slow-cooked Memphis-style barbecue.
You know, you don't really need me for these.
No, I want you for these. We're a team, you and me, telling the world about the best ribs in Memphis. Maybe the best ribs in the world, Central Barbecue ribs.
See, you didn't need me to do that, and don't call
Petey,
me.
Central Barbecue spots wouldn't be the same without you.
I think they would.
You know you love it, and there's no better barbecue than Central Barbecue.
You've heard of James Gaddis Jewelers, but have you heard what they've done lately? Everything. A tremendous selection of diamonds and jewels, gold, silver, and much more. Lots of watches, tons of custom-made jewelry, fine gemstones, bracelets, necklaces, so many choices. Romantics will love the one-of-a-kind estate and vintage jewelry. James Gaddis has experts to help you with wedding and engagement rings, plus 2 repair experts for fine watches and jewelry. Layaway and financing available. James Gaddis Jewelers at 4900 Poplar.
If you're going on vacation, making a college campus visit, or if business takes you out of town, there's just no better place to board your dog than Barks and Recreation, 965 Reddick Cove between Bud Davis Cadillac and the Blue Plate Cafe in East Memphis. Boarding, daycare, grooming, we have the best of everything at Barks. Indoor-outdoor kennels so your family member can go in and out as they please. Indoor and outdoor play areas. 4 walks a day. Group play and individual attention from the best staff in the Mid-South, which includes an overnight staff to ensure the safety and comfort of your pet 24 hours a day. All reasons to choose Barks and Recreation above all other boarding and daycare facilities. BarksDaycare.com or 509-0909. Check us out and make your reservations now at BarksDaycare.com. If your dog could speak, he'd say Barks.
Remember the last time your family visited the forest? It's a place of wonder and imagination for the whole family, where stories come to life. And it's closer than you think. Ready to plan your next visit? Make the forest part of your story today at a local park near you, or find one at discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
We are Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and W253DF Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations.
Sports 56 traffic.
No new accidents to report. Still working an accident on Walnut Grove at Erickson. That's Walnut Grove at Erickson. And then also we're still working an accident on I-240 south of Lamar Avenue. The right lane and the right shoulder is still blocked. there. That's Walnut Grove at Erickson and I-240 before Lamar Avenue. And also another accident here that just came across Sam Cooper Boulevard eastbound lanes at Collins Street. That's Sam Cooper at Collins Street. Keep it right here. This is your Sports 56 traffic update.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
What's my name?
Are you Ellie?
Miss Mary Jane, I'm analyzing the game.
And the game done chose me
to bring pain to pretty women and fake thugs, one and the same.
Ever since you told me
there's only room for two, I've been making less room for you.
Now only God can hold me.
Hug me, love me, judge me. The only man that hovers above me. Holla.
I met so many men.
P, you mind if I get my Grizzlies takes off with Rob before we get into college football?
Hey, it's not up to me.
Hey,
it's up to you.
Hey, I'm jumping into
I'm
it.
not.
Man.
I'm not like the. You know, this is our show. It's not my show.
There's a press. No, we do things a certain way, man. So I know when Rob comes on during college football season, we get our predictions and all those things. And
Get your take.
Yeah, I got
number
a
3, by the way, presented by Acura Memphis here in the Family Leisure Studios. Expect some rain today, scattered showers, all that high in the 80s, very humid. Go ahead, Anthony Sane.
We welcome now. I can't really think. Oh, he's the sideline reporter for Memphis Grizzlies games on Bally Sports Network. He's also the co-host of Night Court with his co-host Brevin Knight, which is available on all podcasting networks. My second favorite podcast after the Outsiders podcast, and also the podcast of the show, which is also available on all podcasting networks. This is Rob Fisher, who joins us now. Rob, what's going on?
Good morning.
You doing? He's also Memphis media pop star. Forgot to mention that.
That's right.
Pop star gang in the house. Rob, I'm fresh off.
Yes,
I'm fresh off of watching some Kyle Anderson workout clips. We talked about this last week. Like, what do you think about the workout stuff you see? I know you're not supposed to put too much into it, man. But I look at Kyle, and I have 2 questions for you. I'm gonna ask you this one. Just pocket this one and come back and answer it once I give you the second one. The first question is Kyle Anderson. Is he a hooper or is he a basketball player? That's the first question. Second question is is this a pop star? Pop stars ask pop star questions, man. All right. But anyway, second question. Kyle Anderson. Is it realistic for me to think that with last year being the first real solid year he had without his shoulder injury, that we could see Kyle even take another jump this year now that he knows, hey, I'm good, I'm fine, I've got confidence in my shot? Will this be the year that Kyle can really, truly have a breakout like that we wouldn't even expect to see Kyle Anderson do?
Yeah. Why not? I think I think what you said was the key last year. It was his first healthy year with the Memphis Grizzlies, and you know the thing about Kyle is just the consistency that you get from him every night. I mean, we call it, you know, on the broadcast we always say he had a Kyle night, and you know, 10, 5, 5, 5, you know, something. He fills it up across the board, and you know, I think we're, you know, maybe with Jaren coming back, maybe you don't have as many of those 18 to 20 point games. But I think consistently you're talking between 10 and 15 night in and night out. I think you'll see fewer. So yeah, I think he would improve on what we saw last year. And I think that means, you know, fewer games where he has 6 or fewer games where he has, I mean, he can have 6 and be very effective, but I think fewer games of 6 where he's, you know, 2 for 8 shooting, 2 for 9 shooting. I think his shooting has gotten better. So yeah, I think we can expect even better Kyle Anderson than what we saw a year ago. And, you know, with Jaren now being inserted into the lineup, and, you know, does that give Kyle even more opportunities to score? Maybe. I don't think he's going to be your leading scorer. He's not going to be the guy that's going to take all the shots. But I think what's exciting about Kyle is it opens him up more whether or not he wants to take the shot, or when he gets the ball, he's such an effective passer. I think the one thing that you see from Kyle Anderson that I like on a night in, night out basis is making the smart play and getting the ball to the right guy. He's as smart as it comes when there's a guy who's on a roll. He gets him the ball.
Mm-hmm.
He finds them in the right spots.
Right.
And I think he can be kind of a, Ja's your floor general, but I think you have another one with Kyle Anderson being able to have the ball in his hands and make the right play. I think more often than not, Kyle Anderson makes the right play, and whether that's a shot for himself or finding a guy to get him a shot, I think Kyle Anderson makes those plays. I think with Jaren on the floor, Kyle will be better. Yes, Kyle's going to be better this year than he was a year ago.
And you talked about Jaren, and his chemistry with Jaren, dare I say, is better than Ja's chemistry with Jaren. You mean, like, if you remember, go back to rookie year, like every time you saw Jaren doing something cool, it was almost on the receiving end of a Kyle Anderson pass. Like that's real. Like that actually happened. Like there was
no doubt.
Yeah, nobody found Jaren like the way Kyle did.
No, I think that's true, and I think another thing too is when Ja's off the ball and Kyle's got the ball in his hands, the way that Kyle finds Ja, it's funny when you watch it. If the Grizzlies break out,
mm-hmm.
always keep and Kyle has the ball in his hands when the Grizzlies break out. He always is looking for Ja, and the first option is getting Ja on an alley-oop. Always.
Yeah.
Always. Kyle is always looking for it, and he's always got his eye on Ja of where Ja's going. And Ja knows that, and Ja will find himself going to the basket, looking for the alley-oop. And if it's not there, well, then they'll run the offense, and he'll get the ball to Ja, and then you go from there. But he's always looking to find that play. And, he, like I said, he makes the right plays, and I think that chemistry with Jaren can't go understated. I think it's very important. I've heard you mention that a couple of times, and I think it's dead on. With the chemistry that he has with him. And I think he's got a great chemistry with Ja, too, when the ball's in his hands.
Right.
He's a smart player. I've asked him before, or what position are you? And he always comes back and says the right thing. He says the same thing every time. He says, I'm a point guard. And I think he has that point guard mentality without necessarily playing the point guard and does it very effectively.
Going back to my original question, is he a hooper or a basketball player?
I think he's a basketball player.
I disagree, but I'm not going to argue with you.
You think he's a hooper? Okay.
He's a hooper. Yeah,
I got no problem with that.
People mistake his speed to think he's like this methodical, like, gym rat, like, drills guy. But no, Kyle's like instinctive street ball type. He plays slow street ball. If you look at his game, he has a slow street ball game.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. He's a hooper, man.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that.
What
he's a gamer. He's a gamer.
Hey, watch the transition.
My question is, how much better than Kyle Anderson is Ben Simmons?
I mean, mute me, please.
Well, I mean, Ben Simmons is an all-star.
I didn't say he wasn't bad. I said how much better. And we all accept the premise that he is obviously better, but how much better?
Well, he's an all-star, and
right.
So I mean, that's a pretty big leap. I don't know.
I don't want to hear this all-star in the East stuff because Kyle Anderson wouldn't be an all-star in the East.
No, he would. No, Ben Simmons is better. I mean, he's better. He's an all-star. Ben Simmons certainly has his deficiencies.
Let me just again. I'm not saying again. I'm saying
how much better.
He is.
If Ben
better.
Simmons is a 10, what is
I'm not saying he's not better. I want everyone to understand this. Please let me repeat this just so everyone make this very, very clear. He is better than Kyle Anderson. We all know that. The question that I pose is how much better is he?
I'm going to say 32.6%.
Okay. Well, that's then
I don't know. What do you? I mean, what kind of question is that? What kind of answer do you want?
And we keep saying that Ben Simmons is an all-star. Add all NBA third team to that as well. Like top 15. Like
I mean,
come on, man.
That's better. That's much better. Kyle's not.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how you quantify
Kyle
how
Anderson.
much
Well, I'm just saying.
better.
I'm just saying Kyle Anderson is because, like, for example, okay. So I mean, would you? Because you're presumably any Ben Simmons trade if it involved the Grizzlies would involve Kyle Anderson.
Yeah, Kyle Anderson's
So
probably
that and his position would be the one that Ben Simmons would be playing, where you have the ball in your hand, but you're also doing some other stuff. I just submit to you on a per 36-minute basis, for example, if you want to equalize their stats because they play different. Ben Simmons averaged 5 more minutes per game than Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson outscored him more points per 36 minutes, although they very close, both about 16 points per 36 minutes. He shot 5 threes per 36 minutes. Ben Simmons shot 0.2, which is to say he took 10 threes last year. 36% from three for Kyle Anderson. Similar rebounding numbers. Simmons is a better passer in terms of assists, more blocks for Kyle Anderson, same number of steals. I would just submit to you that I don't think I like Ben Simmons. I think he's a good player, clearly, but I don't think he's so much better than Kyle Anderson that it's worth doing anything.
Zach, I asked you to meet me, Zach. I can't.
Well, the 3-point thing is obviously, I mean, that's a Ben Simmons deficiency, but. But
Did I mention free throws? Kyle Anderson shoots 78% from the free throw line, and Ben Simmons shoots 61%, and may airball it, and may not even want to go to the foul line, and shoots 30% in the playoffs. Did I mention that? I didn't mention that probably. Did I?
Yeah, but the passing numbers are the big thing, and just the athleticism and the size and the getting into the paint and.
Are we aware that Ben Simmons scored 18 points a game, not even shooting 3-pointers in the playoffs? Like,
and let's remember, for 3/4 of the season last year, Ben Simmons was looked at as a defensive player of the year.
Yes, thank you.
I can't help how people look. I can't help how people look at Ben Simmons, but I mean,
look at him.
You look at him however you want to look at him. I'm just saying. I'm just saying it's not as stone cold, cut and dried as you might think when you look a little closer at the numbers, particularly where Ben Simmons is now. Now, again, I think if you go and acquire Ben Simmons, I think it's similar to what happened with Kyle Anderson, where you're saying, look, I assume that the shot is going to improve. I assume that we're going to get more out of him. And if you look at Ben Simmons in his age 24 year, which is last year, versus Kyle Anderson in his age 24 years, which was his first year with the Grizzlies, then you could see some similarities. And Kyle Anderson didn't take as many threes at that point. He was not quite as good of a free throw shooter at that point. I think there are some similarities there. So I think if you assume that what happened to Kyle Anderson when it comes to confidence and growth and shot improving and all that sort of thing, if you assume that's going to happen, then I'm in favor of it. But I just don't want to get twisted and think. I mean, Kyle Anderson's a good player, man, and a very useful player. And I don't think people need to just be all.
He's a good. He is a good player. He's a really good player. He's a useful player. He's not an all-star.
I just think that's with respect, Fish, and you know I love you. I think that's stupid. I think that's just I hate that. I hate when people say that.
When people say what?
All-star could mean anything. Oh, he's not an all-star. What does that mean? Like, there are lots of guys.
He'll never be one, man. What are we?
Who cares?
And as Stain said, he's scoring 18 points a game without ever shooting
threes in the playoffs. Like, what are we talking about?
18. What are you talking about? 18 points a game in the playoffs. That's not what he shot in the playoffs.
I'm talking about last year before this year right here, bro.
We're remembering a lot of Ben Simmons from a small sample size.
At no point.
Exactly, bro.
First year,
too much. It's so disrespectful, bro.
What do you mean? Disrespectful?
Dude's been an all-star
playoff series. He had one playoff series where he had to average 18 points a game. One. That's it.
And didn't shoot a single 3-pointer. But y'all have crowned Dylan Brooks as
actually shot one.
Y'all crowned Dylan Brooks
that's
as
not
Dwayne
good.
Wade.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. Why do you want that? That's not good.
Y'all made Dylan Brooks light-skinned Dwayne Wade of one playoff series.
Why is that a good thing? Like, oh, he didn't even shoot a 3. That's not what you want. You don't want that. You
Peter,
don't want him to.
All right.
That's not good.
Pop star question, Rob. I'm back.
Yeah.
All right, man.
He averaged 9.9 points per game in the Eastern Conference semifinal last year. Didn't even average 10 points a game. Shot 33% from the foul line.
So you think that's who he is?
You want to get that? I mean, why is that not who he is, but the other one is?
Because that's a small sample size.
Exactly, man. Hey,
they're both small sample sizes.
Pop star, Rob. Here's the narrative I'm tired of hearing. And my good friend Cam Rose reminded me of this yesterday off the air. All right, pop star. Let me ask you this, Rob. All right. Ja Morant's 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Ja Morant is a finished product to the point where he'll never be a plus shooter? He'll never be able to shoot the ball?
No.
So why do we talk so much about Ben Simmons and Ja being in the same lineup? Like, are we just assuming that Ja's never going to be able to make shots? Why are we assuming it?
Yeah, I don't agree with I
All
don't
that's
believe
just
that.
bad conversation. Like, bro, like, are we really talking like Ja's never going to be able to shoot the ball? He's 21. We saw Mike Conley be like he was horrible. And then he turned to be one of the best shooting point guards in the league. Ja takes enough shots to eventually you think that those shots are going to start going in.
Well, and also I think what Ja is getting better at is finding his spot where he can be effective shooting the ball, which is right around the elbow, where he can get to every single time down the floor. So, yeah, I think Ja will become a better shooter as he continues to grow and continues to mature and continues to – I mean, it's amazing to think that Ja Morant, I mean, at his age, he still doesn't get it. I mean, with all due respect, and I'm sure he'd take offense to hearing that, but he's still got a lot to learn. And I think learning his game, and I think we see him learn about his own game every single year that he's been in the league thus far. Every single month that he's been in the league, I think he learns more. I mean, we saw it again last year where early in the season, driving to the basket and trying to dunk on everybody or trying to score at the basket on everybody and realize that sometimes maybe you shouldn't do that against Rudy Gobert. So what does he do? Well, now he pulls up and hits the floater. Or now he can pull up at the free throw line and knock down that shot whenever he wants. And I think those are things that he'll continue to grow. So he'll continue to become a better shooter. He'll continue to become a better player. I mean, for how excited I was last year to see year 2 of Ja, I'm just as excited to see year 3 of Ja because I think he'll take another step. I think he's the type of player with the work that he puts in and with his knowledge of the game and the knowledge of his own game will continue to get better as a player every single year.
For sure.
Yeah, that's great. I like Ja. He's fantastic.
You
Great
need to
player.
like Ben Simmons.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it.
Sound like a hater, bro.
Oh, my God.
You sound like a hater.
Ben Simmons is – oh, no, you sound like a Ben Simmons simp. Like,
might be.
Ben Simmons.
I
love Ben. You're the best. Oh, Ben. Oh, you don't have to learn how to shoot. You don't ever have to learn how to shoot. You're good the way you are, buddy. You don't have to learn how to take free throws. I still love you. I still love you.
Cue me up, Zach. Don't go changing. Try to please me.
I don't want you to know. If you miss a bunch of free throws, keep it on the low. Yeah, that's you. You're just singing all these things. Stop it. Stop it. Small.
Takes a good
Ja Morant's really good. We don't have to worry about that. There's no argument there. Ja Morant's really good, and he's perfectly. He'll be paid appropriately, and there'll be no issue there whatsoever. Good Lord. I mean, Ben Simmons, on the other hand. You know, his sample sizes, he only played 4 years in the league. It feels like he's been in the league for a million years. He's only been in the league for 4 years. And so, you know, the sample size is necessarily small, but I don't know why one sample size.
I think the sample size that
one playoff run where his first year in the playoffs when he was like a lot better, and then the last year in the playoffs where he was a lot worse, he played more games last year in the playoffs than he did in that first playoff run. I don't know why that one run is better than the other. Like, I don't understand
but I think we're looking at Ben Simmons' career encapsulated in just last year's playoff, where he wasn't good. I mean, it was bad. It was scary. It was not. It was tough to watch, frankly. I mean, the free throws, the under the basket, and having a dunk and passing it out. I mean, yeah, those were bad things to see last year with Ben Simmons. But I think you look at the entire year of what he did last year. Again, he was one of the leaders. He was the leader for Defensive Player of the Year last year. And
listen, I got it. He's a great I got it. Okay, I got it. He's a great defensive player. That's not what the Grizzlies are trying to build here. I mean, we're talking
is it really? Did you want to go there?
Uh-oh.
Do you really want to go there? Do you really want to go there? If you look at the Grizzlies' history, they're a lot more Ben Simmons than they are whoever you think they need to go get.
That's like looking back at a college team under a different coach like 10 years ago. Like it's a different system, different team, different group, different people, different ownership, different everything.
No, I'm talking about this regime right here. Outside of Desmond Bane, go find me the guy that fits the description of what you're talking about, as opposed to Ben Simmons.
I'm talking about what do they want to do with the ball? What are they trying to accomplish?
It's clear what they're trying to do. They like guys who are versatile, keep the ball moving, multi-tool
Miss
guys.
a bunch of shots. Is that what you're saying?
Miss a bunch of
don't shoot threes.
If you want to look at it, you want to be just look at what it is. What does it seem like the Grizzlies value more? Guys who are versatile, who can defend, who can pass, who can get to the basket, who can dribble, easy baskets, getting to the rim, scoring at the rim. Do they seem to value that or shooting based on their actual decisions that they make? Look at the resume, man.
I don't think
these guys said they want to draft Josh Giddey, who can't do nothing.
They have to value.
They want to draft Josh Giddey, who don't do nothing.
I don't think you want to value one of the.
That dude's weaknesses were basketball. They listed Josh Giddey's weaknesses. They were basketball. I'm telling you, we in our common sense mind, we can say, "Oh, the Grizzlies value shooting," but do they really?
Simmons.
Outside of Desmond Bane, when have you
last
actually seen
year
them do make a move that shows you that's what they value?
Ben Simmons took 90% of his shots last year inside of 10 feet.
Exactly.
That's not what you want. That's not spreading the floor.
But how do the Grizzlies? How do the Grizzlies like to play?
Not like that.
All right. But you look at what they're actually doing and what we're saying. Look at the narrative and then look at what the actual decisions that they're making.
What
they value guys that can dribble.
You're going on. You're going on. And what did they teach Kyle Anderson? What did they teach Kyle Anderson to do? Shoot.
Hey, they want to be
That's
a taker.
the point.
They just need to be a taker. They don't need makers. They just need takers to open up the inside.
Oh my God. They taught Kyle Anderson to shoot the ball.
Have they not said that? They said we need you to be takers because you taking that shot opens up the inside.
Let
right?
that MF fly,
and how many shots? Again, I'll remind you, Ben Simmons took
don't take him either.
90% of his shots inside of 10. 90. 1% of his shots were threes. 1% of his shots were threes in his career. 1%. 99% have not been threes. That's not a maker or a taker. Good Lord. 15% threes.
Hey, y'all can try to make the Grizzlies this we're just looking for shooters team. That is not how they've been moving, bro. When it gets out, we want Josh Giddey. No, don't tell me you prioritize shooting.
That's how they've been moving. What are you talking about?
Let's go get
one thing, because one rumor said they wanted Josh Giddey, and now you're that's what you.
So you think
you've
that
locked
wasn't
onto
real?
that like.
You think that wasn't real? You think that wasn't real?
I don't know. I don't know.
Bro, pop star.
No one told me.
I'll call you, Rob.
No one told me that.
I'll call you, Rob. We'll have a pop star talk. We're not going to play this.
Yeah, that's cool.
Rob.
Appreciate you, brother.
We're gonna hang out. We're gonna hang out Sunday. We're gonna hang out Sunday afternoon and watch 901 FC.
We are, man. We got a big game Sunday. The Red Bulls,
Red Bulls
2,
that's right.
and 901
Red
FC.
Bulls 2. That's exactly
big
right.
road game. You know, they lost 6-0 in their last game.
Yeah, it's they're not they're one of the worst teams in the league. So hopefully we'll see a little bit.
Hopefully it's a big 3 points, man. Is that what we say?
Need the 3 points. Yeah, absolutely. You're getting there. You're getting there with your terminology.
Thank you.
Who should we bet on?
I'm trying.
Should we bet on anything in particular before we go?
Maryland, Illinois, the under 59 is the big play of the week.
Maryland
and Illinois under 59. And go ahead and take Georgia Southern getting the 23 against Arkansas this week.
Ooh, letdown for the Hogs, huh?
Yeah, well, and that's a lot of points, man. That's a whole lot of points. And I also like Central Michigan getting the 20.5 against LSU. And I'll go ahead and take the Tigers. I like the Tigers straight up against Mississippi State this week.
Ooh, I have to say I disagree with you entirely on that one, but we'll
okay.
Yeah, sorry about that.
We'll talk about it Sunday when we do some soccer. It's soccer, baby.
It's soccer, baby.
I'm sorry, you sound upset now, Peter. I hate that you're upset, but
I'm not. I don't know what you're talking
man,
about. I'm not upset at all. I'm just fired up.
Hating.
I'm not upset at all. I'm just fired up because y'all are doing this Ben Simmons love fest, and it's like, okay. All right.
It's respect fest, man. Don't disrespect it. Don't disrespect the all NBA player like that. Like he's just some washed up bum, 24-year-old kid, and you're like, who needs that guy? Is there really much of a difference between Ben Simmons and Kyle Anderson?
Ben Simmons is amazing. He's unbelievable, even if he can't make a shot. That's so good. I love a guy that can't make a shot.
There are
He's
people who can
literally
make an
scared to go
argument
to the
that
basket.
Kyle Anderson shouldn't even start for the Grizzlies. But you're talking about, is he as good? Is he comparable to
you
Ben
wouldn't,
Simmons?
But you wouldn't be one of those people. So I'm not making.
Man, I rock with Kyle. You know I fool with Kyle. But I'm not going to act like he's like.
That's my point. That's
act
why
like he's. I'm not like he's Ben Simmons light. Come on, man.
Exactly. But that man probably, if he'd been given the same opportunity as Ben Simmons, he'd probably be better than Ben Simmons. He'd probably be.
Yeah, just let him be starting point guard in Philadelphia. Just see what
yeah, that's right. Probably be better.
Hey, what if we made that
Joel
trade?
Embiid is gonna be like, oh, now we got the real Ben Simmons.
We got
here.
the real Ben Simmons.
We got the real Ben Simmons.
Ben Simmons with a jumper. We just got Ben Simmons with a jumper. Hey, but imagine if we make that trade in Philadelphia. It's like, no, we're gonna make Kyle Anderson the starting point guard. Like, and he's like super awesome.
Yeah, and he turns to an all-star. Be like, yep.
Well, there it is.
There it is.
There it is. They're like, wow, isn't that amazing? We have a point guard who can shoot. This is incredible.
6'9". Look at
boy, I'm praying that this happens now. Please let this happen. I'm so excited about this now. All right, Rob Fisher, thank you. I'll see you. I'll see you on Sunday, and we'll listen to you on Grind City Media on the podcast. Going to be lots of good stuff.
You got Zane. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, pop star to pop star. I'll call you on the pop line.
I'll
call you on the pop line, man. I'm not going to play with this dude. And Peter, I apologize for hijacking your segment too, man. I know this is that's supposed to be a college football betting segment. It was more Ben Simmons talk. I apologize.
That's
all right. You can get all the picks on the Odds Couple. Tune into the Odds Couple podcast.
Imagine plug this show. I forgot about the Odds Couple. I didn't give him a shout out for that.
There you go.
My bad. Yeah, there you go, man.
Shout out to the Odds Couple. Yes, indeed. All right. We'll come back. We'll take a break. Hour number 3 presented by Acura Memphis continues. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
Grab lunch with Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy on Sports 56 middays. Weekdays from 10 to 1 on Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
Golf is back, and so is Miramichi. And just like every other year, there are improvements. This beautiful golf course sits on 330 acres. It provides more than 7,400 yards of championship-level golf, and the beauty that surrounds it is absolutely amazing. And guess what is back too? It's the Miramichi patio. Totally redone, revamped bathrooms, a full service bar, and on weekends, there'll be bands. Oh, by the way, 2 TVs, and it's now open to the public. You don't even have to play golf to catch the view from the Miramichi patio. But if you do want to play some golf, have we got deals for you? Senior golf for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday down to $30. The standard weekday rates, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, as low as $32. Even on the weekends, it's under $50, and you get golf balls on the range. Play the most beautiful golf course in all of Shelby County. Go check out Miramichi.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945. 800-386-9945.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Need to sell your home? You're in luck because I buy houses. All you have to do is call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's 901-406-1101. Grab that PIN, 901-406-1101, or just save it in your phone. Bill at I Buy Houses. I Buy Houses buys houses in any area, in any condition, at any time, as simple as that. I Buy Houses is guaranteed to close in 5 days. So if you need your cash fast, just call Bill at I Buy Houses, 901-406-1101. Has your house been on the market? Were you just tired of renters? Or is it just time to start over? Well, avoid repairing, cleaning, painting, and prepping your house. Just pick up the phone and call Bill at 901-406-1101. That's Bill at I Buy Houses. If you're in Southwind, South Memphis, North Mississippi, North Memphis, Collierville, if you can hear this, just call my friend Bill at iBuyHouses, 901-406-1101.
I'm Gary York. I'm the service director at Lexus of Memphis. Our service department wants to be more than just a place where you get your oil changed. We do glass repair, windshield replacement, recalibration of your camera and sonar systems, even wheel repair, tire replacement, all the things you would expect from a luxury automotive dealer. Please check out our website. You can schedule your appointment, check out our specials, hours of operation, or if you'd like to do it in person, please reach out to one of our associates at 901-271-5199.
Ole Miss Rebel Yell is back. The Rebel Yell Hotline Radio Show is back on WHBQ Sports 56 and 98.5 FM. Every Monday night at 6, hear the latest news on your Ole Miss Rebels with Yancey Porter with 24/7 Sports, former Ole Miss defensive tackle Mike Fitzsimmons, Gordon Ford covering SEC Sports Call, and former Ole Miss baseball announcer Gary Darby. From kickoff to free throw to extra innings, your Ole Miss sports on the Rebel Yell Hotline Show right here Monday night at 6 on Sports 56, 560 AM and 98.5 FM. Your Mid-South Sports Station.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston and Anthony Sane. This hour of Sports 56 Mornings is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Here once again are Pete and Sane.
Got to do with it, babe.
What's love? It should be about us. It should be about just what's love?
Yeah, slow down, baby. Let you know from the gate, I don't go down, lady. I want a chick with thick hips and licks her lips. She could be the office type, but like the strip. Girl, you get me aroused, how you look in my eye. But you talk too much, man, you're ruining my high. I don't wanna lose the feeling, cause the roof is ceiling is on fire. And you looking good for the getting, I'm a rider. Other in the hoodie.
Hour number 3 presented by Acura Memphis continues. Listen, stuff happens, man. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Stuff happens. And you get off on a tangent, and you just start you start going off, and it's you never know. Yeah, that's what the beauty part of the show is. You never quite know exactly where it's going to lead. I never really expected us to go off that hard on this particular tangent, but now we are. Now I'm very committed to it.
I couldn't about you being mad.
I'm serious about it.
Come on, BC.
Oh no. I'm not. I'm neither mad nor anything else. There's no mad. What I'm saying is, it's called working yourself into a shoot in the wrestling parlance. You kind of you're messing with all this stuff, whatever, and then you end up half believing it yourself. Like I was just kind of goofing at first. Now I'm to the point where I'm like, hey, wait a second. Maybe they should just go ahead and just expand Kyle Anderson's repertoire here. Maybe that should be the whole thing. I've kind of half talked myself into this.
Yeah. Hey, but I do think that Kyle needs more minutes at point guard for us. Like seriously, if I had to choose whether Kyle Anderson or I can't think of the dude's name at this point. Or
Ben Simmons?
No, Kyle Anderson or
Tyus
Jones. I'd rather see Kyle more Kyle. Rather see more Kyle than
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Exactly. When I talked about when I was I was one of the original Kyle Anderson stands back in the day.
Yeah.
Going back to the draft, you can go back to the draft, and I
got a Photoshop edit.
Oh,
of Kyle
man.
I got a Photoshop edit I made of Kyle Anderson with a Grizzlies uniform.
Did
for the draft.
go back to draft night.
Yeah, for sure. Me and you were there together. Yeah.
Did you guys get my text like a couple of weeks ago that I sent to y'all?
Oh yeah, your little scouting report.
Yeah, I did a whole scouting report on that draft, and I said Kyle Anderson was going to be a really good player. He needs to be your secondary ball handler like Hedo Turkoglu.
He need to be the primary ball handler. I mean that's what I'm saying. Like he needs to be he's a point guard. Like that was the whole thing, and they kept talking about using him as a point guard. The Grizzlies when they first acquired him. I remember talking to Chad Forseer, the former assistant coach, about hey, you go see this guy. He's gonna be a point guard. Oh yeah, absolutely, 100%. Never didn't happen. Like what? Why? Like what's the deal? Like what? I never understood that. So I don't know. I fear the same thing. If you look at Ben Simmons, if you look at the numbers, if you had never watched Ben Simmons play, you just saw like, okay, he's 6'11", 240 pounds. He averages 14 points, 8 rebounds per game. He shoots 57% from the field, 0% from three. and he doesn't shoot free throws very well. Like, you'd say, well, that's a center, clearly. Like, you would, oh, yeah, that's a big man. Yeah, he's definitely a big man. Like, that's the part that's frustrating, is like the only reason that he's on the ball is because we just expect him to be on the ball. And if he ever wants to be that next level guy, he's going to have to move off the ball or accommodate somebody else. And I don't think he wants to do that. And that's why I just like
I'm not convinced of it. I think he's aware that he's got to share that responsibility. Because I think part of his reluctance to not be a point guard is that it goes back to his fear of shooting free throws and going to the free throw line. Like, I think he just wants to be a distributor who goes when he's got an open lane. He's kind of like the reverse Rajon Rondo. Like, he's not, you know how Rondo wouldn't pass unless he thought he was going to be an assist. Like, Ben Simmons is going to go to the basket unless he thinks he can get there and score without you fouling him. like that's his game. You know what I mean? But I think he realizes he's got to expand his game to more than that. You know? But you going to stop hating on Ben Simmons. This ain't even Grizzlies related, bro. Like, y'all got to stop this Ben Simmons cap for sure. Y'all got to stop listening to all these weirdo narratives and realize that dude's good and stop the nonsense.
Okay. All right. We'll see. That's all I'm going to say. We'll see. We'll see if it works out that way. I hope for your sake that it does. I hope for your sake that it does. I say this too. I very selfishly, I hope that the Grizzlies get Ben Simmons because I have no idea how they would do it. I have no. It doesn't make any sense to me. I've not seen a single.
It makes as much sense as anybody else at this point.
That makes a whole lot of sense at all. But I don't care about that. What I care about is strictly from a selfish standpoint. That would make the Grizzlies way more interesting to cover. Mm-hmm. And that would make the Grizzlies way more interesting.
It puts you at a different table. I don't understand why people don't understand it.
On the national spotlight. Yeah. Now that should not be a consideration at all for Zach Kleiman or anybody else within the Grizzlies front office.
Actually, it should. If you're in a small market chain, you're crazy. Acquiring a guy that's a bona fide star in the league is young and marketable. Yes, that does matter.
Should have nothing to do whatsoever to do with it from a general manager standpoint. Now, Jason Wexler, sure, the president, I'm sure he's very interested in doing it because of the ticket sales and everything else. But from a general manager, no, that's not.
Peter, that's nonsense. Acquiring young talent that you're never going to sign in free agency as a small market team matters.
Yeah, as long as that talent actually is going to make you better, sure. I'm not convinced that long term that's going to make you that much better. That's worth.
Zach, log me out and mute me, man. I can't deal with no more today, bro.
I'm not sure that juice is worth that squeeze.
Seriously, man.
Based on what we're seeing.
Log me out the Zoom. I'm about to unplug. Just talk to Peter for the next 13 minutes. I can't do this, man.
Come on, dude. Get out of here.
Like, what are you
Quit
talking
being
about?
so Ben sensitive. Ben sensitive.
No,
over
bro.
here.
I switched back to being.
How dare you criticize Ben Simmons, the legendary Ben Simmons? How dare you criticize him? He's amazing.
I'm switching back to being
about?
This is mem sensitive at this point, bro. Like,
yeah,
if you get a player at the level of Ben Simmons or whoever, if you get a player like that on your team, like, there's only going to be one champion every year. And there's a very real scenario that Memphis would never have a champion. But if you got a fun, exciting team that keeps this market interested and keeps you on a national scale, like it keeps national eyes on you, it means something. Just like Portland's not going to just go out there and trade. Oh, they're going to go out there and trade Damian Lillard because even though they're not winning championships, you lose Damian Lillard, you fall off the world, you fall off the planet. So, that stuff matters, bro.
It shouldn't matter to Zach Kleiman. I get it matters to you. It matters to the marketing people. It matters to that, but it shouldn't matter to Zach Kleiman. Now, basketball wise, if you could make it, I've said the caveats that need to be said. If he can change his personality, if he can change his way of playing, all that stuff, then sure, he's a terrific player. But no, I'm not going to hear a bunch of like, oh, how dare you slander Ben Simmons? I watch Ben Simmons play. I've seen plenty of Ben Simmons. It ain't like you're seeing a different Ben Simmons than I'm seeing. We're seeing the same dude. And you're looking at him through these Ricky Rose colored glasses. This man's gonna be incredible. Oh, I can't wait. And I'm looking at him through just regular old glasses where it's like, no, I see what we got going on here. I see the deal. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's a fine player. But
Peter, I've got a thing for big wings.
You got a thing for big wings. I know.
Hey. And if you like big wings, just like we told you.
You want thighs. You want thighs.
Just like I told you yesterday. Just get those good big wings at Central Barbecue, the biggest wings in the city.
Yeah, hey, man. You're exactly right. That's what I say.
How many locations do they have?
4. Come on, man. Which is the position that Ben
Simmons needs
Ben
to be
Simmons
playing.
should be playing. 4.
4.
Not 1, but 4.
Oh, yeah.
Come on now.
You know what else? You know what else is Central's known for? The sauce, which is something that Ben Simmons has, John Morant has, Jaren Jackson has. Come on, man.
And you know what else? Their ribs are slow.
It's like slow-mo.
And guess what else? Like
Kyle
Ben Simmons.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's exactly right, man.
And the wings itself melts off the bone, man. Come on.
You know what beverages they have? Beer and Coke. You know what that is? BC. Who? Brandon Clark. Just make the whole thing make sense.
Hey, you know what? Much like Ben Simmons, they offer curbside, so you don't have to go inside.
Because he ain't going.
I call Ben Simmons curbside because he doesn't want to go inside. Yeah, that's old curbside. Let's see if Chris can go get old curbside over here.
You know how many? You know it's a good thing at Central. You get that whole slab of ribs. You know how many bones it is? 8. Like what? Like who? Zaire Williams, number 8.
That's what you'll say. It's what you'll say when you tear them apart.
Good. They're not good.
Welcome back. Hour number 3 continues here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 98.5.
Be sure to follow us at Sports 56 WHBQ on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube to watch live video of our shows. Stay up to date with station events and have chances to win prizes from Sports 56 and 98.5 FM.
The Tigers take on SEC opponent Mississippi State Saturday, September 18th at 3. Tickets are on sale now for just $60, sponsored by FedEx. We'll honor Memphis great and NFL Hall of Famer Isaac Bruce at the game. There will be a commemorative Isaac Bruce Rally Towel presented by FedEx Employees Credit Association. You don't want to miss this historic game. To lock in your seats for all the action, call 901-678-2331 or visit GoTigersGoTix.com. Saturday, September 18th, Memphis and Mississippi State.
Hi, this is John Conway with Conway Services. When was the last time you had your air conditioning system tuned up? What about your heating system safety check? Good news, you can get them both at the same time this month. Call Conway Services for our 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system for only $69. We'll remove years of dirt, grime, and leaves from your air conditioning system. It's like taking your air conditioner to a car wash, all for only $69. And we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge. That's right, Conway Services 16-point Energy Saver Super Tune-Up on your air conditioning system, and we'll include a heating system safety check at no charge, making sure you're ready for those cold winter nights. If that's not enough, we'll include a carbon monoxide test, all for only $69. So call Conway Services, the Mid-South's premier heating, cooling, plumbing, electric service company this week, and we'll perform your super tune-up for only $57 with a free heating system safety check.
Call 384-3511. Conway Services. Call Conway today.
Belly Acres' motto is City-Fied Farm Fresh. The goal is simple: provide a fun, unique farm-to-table experience for the whole family. 2 great locations, Regalia at 6130 Poplar and in Overton Square at 2102 Trimble Place. Overton Square hours Sunday through Thursday 11A to 9P, Friday and Saturday 11A to 10P. Regalia Sunday through Thursday 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 10:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. Signature burgers are made from 100% grass-fed beef. Sandwiches, salads, and the best milkshakes anywhere. The burgers, so good, like the Daria or the Double Daria, and the melt in your mouth. And you have to try the Voodoo Moo Moo. It is the quality brand the Belly Acres team has developed using grass-fed beef with creative homemade toppings in a fun farm setting right here in the city. The goal at Belly Acres, to become even more sustainable as they grow. In Overton Square and in Regalia, the very best quality available in Memphis, burger shakes and smiles at Belly Acres.
The biggest game this Sunday is Chiefs versus Ravens. And FanDuel Sportsbook is about to make it even bigger because FanDuel is giving new customers 30-1 odds on either team to win. That means you can end the weekend right by winning $150 on a $5 bet. FanDuel is sports betting made so simple, and they're always hooking you up with great offers. Plus, when you win, you'll get paid in as little as 24 hours. See for yourself why FanDuel is America's #1 sportsbook. Just sign up using promo code BIGHEAD this Sunday before the Chiefs take on the Ravens. You could win $150 on a $5 bet. Remember, you got to use promo code BIGHEAD so they know I sent you exclusively on the FanDuel Sportsbook app. Must be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. New users only. $10 first deposit required. Must wager in designated offer market. Max bonus $150. Bonus for Tennessee users fulfilled in site credit within 72 hours. Tennessee site credit expires 14 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789.
Hey, Jeff Allen, I hear that three's a charm at Gossett Kia South Mount Moriah, so I'm ready to trade up to a Kia sales event with you, my man.
That's right, Randy. 3 rides, all just $248 a month. Take your pick from a 2022 Kia Soul LX, 2021 Kia Forte LXS, or a 2021 Kia Rio LXS. Your choice, $248 a month.
And Soul, longer, better warranty than Honda or Nissan. Forte, more passenger volume and thousands less than Honda Civic. And Rio, higher MPG and thousands less than Corolla. Plus, you'll get Kia's 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty program.
So whether you live in Horn Lake, South Haven, Olive Branch, or Memphis, you'll be happy at Gossett Kia on Mount Moriah, 2680 Mount Moriah, or KiaMountMoriah.com.
All 72 months at 2.9 APR, $29.99 down. Sold in 716-1784. MSRP $20,500. Forte ME $402,825. MSRP $20,055. Rio ME $427,894. MSRP $19,755. Includes all rebates and incentives. PF $695. Must finance through Kia on low APR. Excludes tax title and license with approved credit. See dealer for complete details. Offer valid through 8/31/2021. Dealer stock only.
Welcome back to Sports 56 Mornings with Peter Edmiston.
Yes, I will be good, I promise.
Co-hosting Sports 56 Mornings is Anthony Sane.
That's great, man.
This hour is brought to you by Acura of Memphis. Now, back to Peter and Anthony.
They understand what the running's about, but we hunters, we take pride in airing our prey out, leaving them laid out dead and just for sport, cause we ain't playing up here in New York.
I got 100 guns and 100 clips. I'm from New York, New York. And you can tell the way the homies spit that I'm from New York, New York. I got 100 ways to make a grip. Yes, I'm from New York, And you can tell I get
all right. Hour number 3. We got coming up next, of course. You know what we got. It's middays. You know it. Come on, man. Bigger question to you. Anthony said,
I'm listening. I'm here for
it. Is the University of Memphis going to ever have an on-campus stadium?
I'm so tired of that whole. No, I don't know why people want it to be. I like the Liberty Bowl. Am I wrong? Am I weird for that?
No. I mean, you're not weird.
I mean, I also live in that area, closer to the area, so hey, it's all part of the whole Midtownish experience. Like I'm down for it. Like they're good sight lines. The parking ain't crazy. It's easy to get in and out of. Like, I like the Liberty Bowl. Sue me. Here's another thing, too, bro. I'm going to say this. I'm actually going to sue you for that. No. But you know what, though? Like, I'm going to say something, and I know people are going to take this wrong. Memphis is a city, and there's a fan base.
Oh, boy.
We try to.
Oh, boy.
We want to be the cool kids too much, bro. Like, we try to, like, force ourselves into too many conversations and too many situations to me, bro. Like we ain't gotta have all that, bro. Like we're not that football program that people try to act like we're just, just be cool with the Liberty Bowl, bro. We good. We ain't gotta do all that. Now that's what separates us from being in a power conference. I get it. I don't know why it would, but it's like we just think we gotta have everything. Like, oh, TCU's got this, UCF's got it. Now, why we can't do what works for us, bro? Like Liberty Bowl works.
And the thing is, like
yeah, it works. Like you don't like the sidelines of the Liberty Bowl. Like there are no bad seats at Liberty Bowl.
We've seen the Liberty Bowl at full capacity. This is dope. With the bowl game, Tigers versus Iowa State,
Southern Heritage Classic,
Southern Heritage Classic, and then game day against SMU. Like we've seen a full Liberty Bowl. Like we just need to work on ourselves. Like we can come up with plans and blueprints for it, but we got to. But if we're having a hard time just getting to 40,000 in the Liberty Bowl, what makes a difference if we have an on-campus stadium? Like,
yeah, man,
and like dumbing the numbers down.
We try to act like we're this football program that we're not. When the Southern Heritage Classic runs laps around Tiger football every year, that one game is like it shows you. It shows you how like we're not what we think we are as a college football team.
I don't think that's a fair. That's not even a fair comparison.
Well, we're talking about Tennessee State and Jackson State.
You have one. Yeah, but you have a one game,
Peter,
which is a classic.
I remember
which people from all around the area.
I remember in the peak of the. I don't know if this is Tommy West or Norvell. I remember there was a game on Halloween night, and that mug was freaking empty.
Oh,
and people were making excuses as to why.
I remember D'Angelo Williams' like Heisman campaign and all this stuff in a game against Louisville on national TV. I was in the stadium, and there was like 20,000 people there. It was not a big
like
crowd.
We're trying to create this thing like we're just college football.
But that's not. No. But that's not. But I think you're making my point inadvertently though. That stadium is too big. It's too big for that.
So we need to go build a new one.
So you need to build a smaller one, like much more along the lines of what you saw at UCF, what you saw, a little bit bigger than what Arkansas State's done, what you've seen in some of these other areas. A purpose-built stadium. Right now, you know that you can get a ticket to Tiger football whenever you want, however you want, because there's so many tickets available.
And you still got Kroger $5 tickets and all that type of stuff.
Yeah, there's a glut out there. It doesn't matter. You can show up, and that's part of the reason why Memphis shows up like game night. Like, I'm just going to buy me a ticket.
Yeah.
And all the seats are pretty much the same. Whatever. That's not any way to do it. You should have, if you had 30,000 seat stadium, 35,000, you could actually drum up like a legitimate market. You could actually say, okay, yeah, let's get some real like seating. Let's actually sell some season tickets here. At a high level. And the sight lines, like, it's a great sight line. Like, I've been to other stadiums. Like, other stadiums have great sight lines. I mean, Liberty Bowl's not like it's not the most amazing sight line stadium ever. It's nice. It's a nice stadium. It's not bad. I would give it the Liberty Bowl. But you could certainly do better. And you could certainly make it, whether it's a pipe dream, whatever. But all I'm saying is you're going to pump a bunch of money into the Liberty Bowl. And for what? Like, you can only polish, the little fecal matter so much, and it's still not going to work. Like, the Liberty Bowl's nice. Don't get me wrong; it's not bad, but you can only polish it up so much. It's still a 60-year-old stadium.
Yeah,
and you can only and you're gonna spend a lot of money retrofitting that thing to make it like up to, with the amenities that you see at like modern built stadiums. You're gonna spend a lot of money, probably as much as you'd spend on a moderately sized new stadium. So I just don't. I think it'd be nice to see something new. I don't think we need to be married to this relic.
And then you have people
talking
about
married to the Midtown Coliseum. It's the same,
I don't like
it's the same
going
kind
on
of thing. Midtown. I mean, it might as well be on campus. It's not even that far from campus. I'm not even worried about that. It's just whatever. Like,
man, we're gonna complain about everything. Memphis just want to be included in everything.
So the Midtown. I mean, like, with respect,
bring
to
the Midtown Coliseum back.
Man, we don't need the Midtown Coliseum. We don't need any of this. Put Liberty Land back out there and be done.
You
with
ain't never lied. Six Flags over Orange Mound.
Exactly. That's what we just put Liberty Land back out there, and we're good.
I'm just throwing this out here. They did a top 25 of stadium capacity. At number 25 is Iowa, and they're holding just a little bit under 70,000. So
not gonna play with y'all.
But
free Ben Simmons.
Get him to the
Liberty
Bowl, man.
Get him out of there.
We're out of here. Hour number 3, presented by Acura of Memphis, was a great success, just like hours number 1 and 2 were. Coming up next, 3 hours of middays. They got you. Greg and Eli till 1 o'clock. Y'all be good.